I am broadcasting live. You should be seeing me and hearing me momentarily. I worry about the word should sometimes, my friends. Love and light makes things right. Let's have a little pre-show dance, shall we? Yeah. Fitness Works in 2 minutes around the world, episode 9. Namaste, my friends. Namaste. Fitness Works, episode 9, around the world in 1 minute. Here's your little dance pre-show with, of course, legal licensed, royalty-free virtual music, of course. Thank you, Power Music. Namaste, my friends. Namaste, namaste. Thank you very much for joining me for episode 9, Around the World. We have ideas and inspiration. Instead of our global check-in, as we've done before, I promised you on our last virtual Around the World, a new, developed, interesting, reimagined format for episode 9. And what we got tonight is sort of the opposite of what you ever get when you go to virtual conventions. We're talking about something even more different than you get from traditional live and in-person brick and mortar conventions. Fitness Works around the world now more than ever. We're socially connected and maybe where you are, physically distanced. I say, masks absolutely rock. If you choose not to wear a mask, I'm sure you have a great reason, because not wearing a mask sometimes, in some situations, is also choosing to wear a mask. We'll be talking a little bit about that as we go around the world. We are going to topic tonight, virtually versatile. Hashtag virtually versatile. We could be calling ourselves tonight maybe craziness in COVID. We could be talking about ourselves tonight, how to give always 100% virtually, unless, of course, if you're giving blood. We could by talking about, as we go around the world tonight, in addition to virtually versatile, pandemic profit, how leaders and movers and shakers, colleagues, and my friends in the industry who are showing unique, innovative ways to oyster our pandemic. What do you mean oyster our pandemic, Lawrence? Well, when a parasite or a piece of sand gets into your oyster and it disrupts your comfort, and the mollusk inside of a pearl, or yes, pearls can happen inside of clams too, becomes uncomfortable, what happens? We have to rise to the occasion. And what are we doing? Sure, Facebook, sure, Instagram, sure, Manuel Velasquez, TikTok. However, what's really important now is that we are booming and zooming in unique and innovative ways. And as we go around our world, we're going to check new and innovative ways that we're doing that. I like to say that the next 3 hours, as we go to English-speaking countries and continents, from Australia to UK to Canada to United States to New York City, because it's kind of its own country, I believe, we're going to look at ideas and inspiration beyond burpees. I like to say that the most significant thing physically or emotionally I've had to do during our last few months together has been hashtag spiritual burpees. And I've been putting a hashtag spiritual burpees everywhere I've been going because I've been having to become uncomfortable with growth. I am very much one that likes my life programmed and formatted. And this is my income and this is my output and here's what's going to happen. Nuh-uh. We've had to learn how to oyster our world. I hope you're agreeing. My friends, if you're going to go around the world with us, please, I promise you a whole podcast audio or this whole recorded session too, 3 hours to share with your classes and clients and colleagues for no charge. Just remember, findlawrence.com/fitnessworks, and you'll get options of how you can have this whole show packaged for you at no charge. Could you please, if you're watching, put a hashtag I was here. And then where is your here? From where are you watching? I would love to know where you are watching from so I can get a feel for how you are connecting, where it is. For those of us in the West, it is Sunday afternoon. For those of us in UK and East and Europe, and to my friends in India, thank you for watching and commenting. It is a little bit later on a Sunday night and it's Monday already in Asia, a whole new world, a whole new week. If any of you have gone to fitness conventions around the world, brick and mortar, where you're checking into a hotel and you've done your travel expense and you're going to get tired and sore and walk through an expo, that's a wonderful experience. I've loved the years I've had to do that, and I've loved the years that people have come to my sessions, and I love the years when I've gone to all the sessions from the colleagues and friends and humanitarians who have said yes to tonight's episode, Fitness Works 9. And in all of those episodes, in all of those live conventions, what you may not know, I have to tell you, is that there are some behind the scenes agreements, if you will, between the conventions and the presenters. One of them is no sales pitches. I, for years in the fitness world of many brick and mortar in-person conventions, was prohibited to wear this shirt, findlawrence.com, because I'm not sponsored by a company. It's just my name. But some companies saw that as a direct competition with big companies paying lots of money for expo booths. So I was politely asked whether I was lecturing or moving not to wear a shirt that told people how to find me with a last name. So ethnic and Italian, I chose not to say it and not to change it, but no one could ever find me with Viscontini Giuseppe Michele. So I thought, how do you find Lawrence? That became my site. Be that as it may, wearing this shirt came under the no sales pitch policy of many conventions around the world. Number 2, at conventions, presenters and you love the connection we build. We build community, we build tribes, we build trimunity. You know what? We're not allowed to ask for emails. We're not allowed even to say at most conventions, please email me and I will put you on my VIP mail list. That's called a direct sales pitch and solicitation of emails. We are not allowed to wear certain clothes. We're not allowed to ask for emails up front because if we want that, we have to be a sponsored company. And even they have strict rules of what they're allowed to do inside of session rooms at many events. We're not allowed to use logos, for example, even if I have no logo, but this is my logo, findlawrence.com, on any handout that I might submit at still other conventions. I have to say, if you need me, give me your business card and I will reach out to you. And in a room of 300, not every fitness professional who wants to connect with you has a business card, right? Well, hence this show. Fitness Works episode 9, I promise you a whole new reimagining. Guess what we're going to talk about? How to make sales pitches, how to collect emails, how fitness professionals are doing more than one thing. We're not doing different things. We're still spreading love and light and wellness and fitness, but we are doing things differently. Socially connected, physically distanced, perhaps masked physically, but more unmasked metaphorically than ever. Hence, I said to my colleagues and clients, I want to make a show, invite you on where you collect emails, do your sales pitches, tell me, like Athena Dion on her show, drag queen in Miami, says, what you doing? And she has her friends tell her what they're doing for tips and contributions to their professional services. I also love the word just pay, right? Energy exchanges for what we do because fitness works. We are not greedy. We are not hungry. We are not adamant about asking for our energy exchange for goods and services because neither is a therapist or a dental technician or a dentist or a doctor or a dermatologist. Fitness works, but not for free. At the end of a year, people have more spent time with us, even virtually, than their doctor and dentist and hygienist and even mental therapist combined. Yet, we have trouble asking for money or telling people what we're up to? Nah, not tonight. My friends, as we go around, or this morning, or this afternoon, I like to say we're going to oyster our world. I'm going to show you how people are making pearls who are far more successful, far more brilliant, far more eloquent, far more erudite than I. And I have one question to ask everybody. Hey, what you doing? So different from checking in with racism, episode 6 and 7 and 8, and checking in with what's going on in your mask or unmasked geographic area. Are you open or are you closed in different areas, for example, of where you might be living? My point is just to ask each of you, where are you? Please put a hashtag in your call to action, hashtag I was here, watching from. Remember how you get this show, findlawrence.com/fitnessworks. I'll remind you that periodically on our next journey together. And if you have questions or comments for our esteemed guests, please post those in our comments because this lives on. Please click share and click share now so you're not just participating in findlawrence.com or fitnessworks, but on your whole social platform. Clicking a share and a share now says nothing else right now in our world is more dear to my heart than how fitness works and how the Petra Kolbers and Angela Lee Jenkins and Kia Williams are showing us ideas and inspiration. It's not called stay at home and complain, and it's not called fitness saps our time, and it's not called fitness charities. Those organizations may exist. We're oystering our reality, forging a new reality. And that happens when you click share and share now. So I'm actually inviting you to make comments as we go through our journey together. And remember that in fitness, like so many other professions, we do have hope. I unfortunately look at my Broadway colleagues and friends in New York City who are closed perhaps until February of 2021. Their healthcare is running out and they don't all have the ability to jump on to social media because of legalities, needing teams and underwriting and all the issues that come into play with different social media platforms. We know that fitness and breathing and common denominators like squats, marches, and chest stretches are actually ubiquitous around the world. No one owns that. As long as we are legal and licensed and ethical, we can put forward more superhero-like abilities than almost any other profession because people want. At the beginning, what did people want? Toilet paper, Pilates in their pajamas with their cat, and us. And now they got all that because I don't think we have the same kind of global shortage on toilet paper. That said, let's do a little bit of news before we get into our first guest, and we'll be going to California. News number one, more fitness events that have been canceled or postponed are also offering virtual events, and you want to stay tuned because it's important to take part in virtual events. Why? Social connection. Number two, staying connected to the legalities of Zoom, which do change. For example, if you're going to show a video on a share screen, there are new legalities involved in that. Stay tuned. And conventions need to be able to provide, and they are, continuing education for ACE and AFA and all those other organizations because those organizations, rock stars with lots of wealth of support materials as they are, have said no grace periods on recertification so far. Therefore, we need to keep up our CECs, even though word on the street I'm hearing is some people are saying when we go back, it won't even be necessary. When I go back, I want to be credentialed and certified and current, just like I want my dermatologist, Dr. Diane, that I see for skin checks, of course, just skin checks. so many other things. I want her to stay board certified so she could tell me the latest in injectables and other things as well. So we have to stay certified. So we got to take advantage of the events that are going on around the world that are virtual with no grace periods. Keeping up our specialty certifications and our certifications as well. Welcome and good evening, and I'm thrilled and honored that some of you are on even early from our pre-show, like Petra Kolber, originally from the UK, on with us now. We have now more supplies than ever. Last bit of news, virtual music is here to protect us from the amazing companies that have stepped up and made us options. And number two, there's no more back order around the world on the ring lights and microphones, cables, and batteries. Now we have a little more of that coming up around the world, and that's wonderful because I remember a couple months ago, not everybody could get a ring light. Puerto Rico didn't even know what they were. Now I got seven. I got a surplus. You want a 50-inch? You want a 40-inch? You got a 30-inch? I got them all on right now because it takes a lot of lighting to look this bad. Let me just tell you, my friends, those are the news. We have lots more supplies ready to be hashtag virtually versatile. My intention for tonight is to put you in contact with the successful movers and shakers in the industry. Not all that I asked said yes, but the people who did are joining us tonight. And we're going to get ideas and inspiration. And ask yourself before you said, I couldn't do that. Ask yourself why. And to quote this wonderful song I heard from Petra Kolber years and years ago, what would you do or try if you knew that you could not fail? There was a time when I said in 2019, I'll do a lot of things, but I'll never do a Facebook Live. And the people who mentor with me know that. I said that. And now all I do is live, and I don't care what I say, and I don't care what I look like, and I don't care what I sound like, clearly, because I just surround myself with the people who have the answers and then just try to be a connector. So I might be the sand in your pearl, and that's okay because you're going to secrete the proteins that's going to make your pearl by listening to the inspiration that we get from around the world tonight. Some of you on past shows have said, Lawrence, you have a flag that you've been showing when we go around the world for some places like New York and other countries, but I really haven't seen a flag for California. Well, here's our flag for California. And I would just like you to see that because our first guest is coming up from California. My friends, if you're just joining us, welcome to fitnessworks number 9. Please put comment, hashtag I was here, where is your here, and get ready. If you're watching this on the Find Lawrence page or Lawrence Biscontini page, shame on you. Click share and share now on any device. It's 2 clicks. So you are watching from your feed. You can find Lawrence in other ways, but now we're going to go to California to a mover and a shaker, someone who was on the beginning of our PSA, public service announcement, the name synonymous with Hatha Yoga and wellness and barefoot and streaming and beaming on camera, my dear friend, Stacy McCarthy. Stacy, can we hear you? Can we see you coming to us from California? Hello?
Namaste, Lawrence. Namaste, world.
Namaste. I can hear you, my Rafiki. Kukua tells us that Rafiki is the word for friend. So while we're waiting for you to put on your video, because we'd love to see you, I hope you're loving this California flag I put in your honor behind. I see you now. I recognize your space from all the yoga you've been doing. Stacy, where are we finding you?
So I am in my home in San Diego, and I'm in my Zoom room yoga room. My virtual yoga room.
Words we never said a long time ago, right? Zoom room, and now we are, right?
Yeah, and it's so interesting, Lawrence, as I was listening to you, because you and I are both, we've been doing this for 30 plus years, and we've gone through all these trends and all these transitions, and never in 1,000 years would you have thought that this is the way we now deliver our message, that everything is virtual, and the adaptation that we've had to make in order to do that. And one of the things I noticed is that, at least for myself, is I was in a place of comfort. I already, was teaching at conferences. My classes were all full wherever I was teaching, and I was very comfortable with that live interaction, gathering with people. I still love that. I love the hugs. I love the adjustments. But this transition now, adapting to our whole world being very virtual, also has a great joy and reward in it. And I've really embraced and started to love social media, which I wasn't doing a lot of, and loving teaching virtually. And so I love that you tapped into that as well. How you said in 2010, no way I'll ever do a Facebook Live. And I felt the same way. And now,
Right. Stacy,
it's
there was a time
wonderful.
years ago when I said the only fruit I'm going to have really close to me in my life is something called a blackberry. I said, why do I need an apple? And now I have stock in Apple, and it controls so much of my life and connection. And it's okay to say, I made an evolution. I made a transformation. I remember the first Facebook Live I did in my pajamas. It was a beautiful sunrise in Puerto Rico during a fit camp. And I said, I'm just going to do it. And I hadn't even brushed my teeth. But the wonderful thing about Facebook Live is you guys don't even know if I've taken a shower today. And I've not. I had a swim with Biscuit, and that counts on a Sunday, right? Let me ask you formally, in all the ways you want to answer it, Stacy, what you up to?
I have been busier than ever, even though conferences that, as you and I have had many discussions, we're not able to travel. We're, adapting to doing them on Zoom. I have been busier than ever, just being able to reach out to a more global audience. And by teaching both social media and my Zoom schedule, I've met new people who have now asked me to teach virtually for their studios or add into what I'm doing. So it's been really exciting. And also with just, private clients with, all of the different facets of my business, it's all grown and it's just adapted.
Isn't that wonderful? I think it's
So
so cool. Do you remember when we first came out with our PSA and I said, I'm getting emails from instructors and personal trainers saying, what do we do? Think back to the very end of March. Something's coming out of China, not knowing it was going to go around and mutate twice so far. And I called you up and you were on that first Zoom call and you said, yes, I'll be on a PSA. What do you want me to say? How can we contribute? This is what I think is in my wheelhouse. You're one of those visionaries from the beginning to say yes. And I thank you for that. And you have transformed from not putting stuff up to now doing so many things I see, including visors and masks and outside physical distancing and streaming and beaming, and not all of it is just for free. Can you tell us about some of the things that you've been up to? By the way, you have greetings from, do you remember on some of our episodes, we had the priest bless the beginning on Mother's Day and Father's Day and our PSA. He's on, and he's also saying hello to you from Tinos, or Mykonos, actually, today. He had to go and do a substitute mass. PG's on the island of Mykonos, which is dead because it's closed to tourists pretty much, is saying hello to you. What's going on with you from the time where you were just telling us in March and April about watching the show on Netflix about the guy and the lions and all the controversy?
yes.
And I'm not really teaching yet, Lawrence. Wow, what's happened? Tell us.
That seems so long ago. So that was in March when the pandemic first hit, and you were actually my inspiration of, with fitness and yoga teachers who are not, they don't have health insurance, they're not working, they're struggling, they can't eat. You were my inspiration of, kicking it into gear. And so I started doing a lot of free classes initially on social media outlets. And I'm still doing that a bit, but I'm now have structured more of a scholarship program for those who can't afford the basic necessities. But my business now has grown. I've had to adapt to, doing these wonderful Zoom classes. And you talked about the ring lights, buying ring lights, setting up a whole studio, and then also adapting the clubs that I'm at. So one of the clubs I teach at is Equinox, who is opened and then reclosed, and the challenges of students wearing masks, members wearing masks, trying to work out. Another place, teaching outside, and has its own set of challenges, but really beautiful to be able to do that. When you're an instructor and you're having to have people 6 feet apart, and I've got to 40 people or more in the class and we're wearing masks and they can't hear you and you're trying to instruct and the mic goes out. So it's got its own set of challenges. And it's funny with that, sometimes I think, oh, just take me back to my Zoom room. Just take me where it's easy and we connect this way, because I can't touch anybody right now. Like, so the live classes are difficult still.
Right.
And there's something, there is a connection through a screen, and that's something I had resisted, but now I've fully embraced and see the joy in it.
Speaking of the connection with you through a screen, when people want to know about hands-on and adjustments, regardless of where they live in the world and what's allowed where they live, some states versus in Asia, you can touch and push and pull anyone. And in India, when I took classes for my second book research, I was pushed and pulled into poses that I never thought I would ever come close to being. I wouldn't have a career today if I touched my clients that way. How can people find you, and what are you doing in terms of whole training, certifications? Just log on. Are you offering one-offs where people make a contribution or have a tuition fee? What are you doing professionally out there where we can study with you now without having to travel to California or a convention?
Yeah, so I've adapted like everyone else. And so that the best way, and I always say, like, the best way is to practice with me doing classes, to find that connection, to see if my teaching resonates with the needs that you need. So the best way is I have Zoom classes going Tuesday, Thursday, 9:30. 99% of the people on it are membership people who pay a monthly subscription. It brings the class price down to like $8 a class. Very inexpensive, but what it does is it holds them accountable. So for $65 a month, it's holding them accountable. They're getting on their mat. They keep that connection, or you can do a drop-in as well. And all of that is on my website at yoganamastacy.com, yoga, and then like namaste, but STACY at the end, NAMASTACY. And you can find all the details about it there. But that's really the best way, because to connect, hey, do I like the way she teaches, and does this connect with me the way she is communicating via a screen? And then if you like that, then we take the next step together.
I like that. What were some of the next steps? Are you still doing some stuff on Instagram or any of one of my favorite workshops that if I'm consulting for a convention, which I do, and people say, what should we have her teach? We know we have to have her hands-on adjustments. How, when, why, where, even virtually. Are you doing any of that specific workshop in the rest of this year that you might foresee? I'm already thinking about Christmas.
Yes, well, what I have coming up, and I have a book on hands-on adjustment, transformational teaching through hands-on adjustments, very simple, that people can look at, and on Facebook, on my Facebook, my YouTube, I have all kinds of videos as well that people can see of actually how to do it. But what I have coming up, fortunately, it's in South Korea, and I'm doing my adjustment workshop there, and then with you, I will be in Thailand next year. We were postponed this year, and I'll be able to do it live. But virtually, the adjustments are a little bit more challenging through a screen, because there is a real art of kinesthetic touch and having someone there with it. So not so much of that virtually. More of the virtual is actual practice, where people can embody this practice.
I love that. Tell us a little bit more about your book, and say the name again a little bit slower, and if it's available on your site. And for those of you who might be freaking out about she said it so fast, if you on any search engine put Stacy Yoga Namastacy official website, done. She will come up, because there ain't no competition. She's the real deal. She's got it. I just tell you, it takes one to be one, and she is the one that be. Tell us about your book, please.
Yeah, and then you can just Google Stacy McCarthy Yoga, and eventually it'll lead you to the website. So, a couple things that I have if people do want to practice with me. If you go to my website, yoganamastacy.com, you'll see a book. I suggest the ebook. It's not an ebook. It's a virtual book that you get that you can go through on your iPad. And then there's also videos that go with it. So you can actually read it, see the big pictures of it, and the videos that go with it. And that is transformational teaching through yoga adjustments. The second thing is practicing with me if you don't like the Zoom, the live classes. DVDs, if you have terrible internet, grabbed some DVDs. I have a whole lot of those. I have digital downloads as well. And then, of course, we've got these live online classes that I am just absolutely loving.
And
And
those are some of the things you're doing outside that you're also streaming?
well, the outside I'm not streaming. The outside, the live classes are here in my Zoom room primarily, although I pop up on social media, usually Thursdays around noon at either Instagram and Facebook, and I do a live class right now Thursdays at noon, that if someone wants to connect with me, that sometimes changes due to my schedule when it gets too busy, but right now I'm doing some Thursdays at noon. It used to be on Monday at noon. And then you and I are going to collaborate on some workshops that we will have to get out there as well.
Absolutely, because people need credits, and even if they don't, they want to know, how can I touch people emotionally? And then if I go back to a place and I'm allowed off my mat and I'm allowed to take my mask off or just get closer to somebody, some people are, it's just great to know. Even if you're going to be a vegan chef, it's wonderful to know how to make an omelet so you know what's come in your past before you know your future. Picasso said, I'm never going to do something like Da Vinci or Michelangelo, but I have to have studied them, otherwise I can't know my present. And for the people who are watching in our field less than 3 years, if you're in any field and not know where you came from, you're doomed to repeat that same nonsense. Because the leaders are tonight showing you what we've come from and how we evolve and move forward.
Yeah.
Stacey, thank you for your wisdom. You're just so brilliant. I think everyone needs to find you on Instagram and Facebook, your site, and take advantage of all that you're offering, because fitness works and your heart is huge. And I thank you for sharing your heart with all of us.
Namaste, Lawrence. Thank you for your gift that you are the gift to the world. And by the way, I think everyone should know that Lawrence is literally the most awarded fitness and wellness professional in the world. He absolutely.
I gotta send you back. It's so rude, but it's so rude. Change World attendee. I love you. Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about. Awards, whatever. Bucket of crazy. That's my hashtag. Hashtag bucket of crazy. My friends from California, where we began with yoga and love and light from someone inspirational who said, Lawrence, I'm not doing a Facebook Live. I'm not going to go on Instagram. I'm not going to have a group, and I'm not going to charge. Look at all that Stacey McCarthy has evolved in 4 months. One of, if not the most requested name of yoga and barefoot mindful work in the world in terms of fitness conventions. And look at her about face. My friends, to Portugal in an instant. Boom. We don't need flights. We just need a flag. Hi, we are going to go to a mover, a shaker, someone whose relationship with me is growing. I love the unexpected events that come out of the tests we have in life, because now I can have a testimony from our tests and say that Mr. Tony Stone is not only a mover and a shaker and a humanitarian, but he's someone with really a big announcement of something that came out right before our pandemic. And now, guess what? He's going to be telling us tonight what's happening around the world that he announced right before our global retreat, and then is on pause and now is ready to launch again right on our show, Fitness Works Episode 9. From Portugal, Mr. Tony Stone. Beyonce, sure. Madonna, sure. Choreographer for the stars and DVDs and MTV, sure. But now right here with us, Mr. Tony Stone, alive and awake, past bedtime. Good evening, Mr. Tony Stone.
What's up, Lawrence? What's happening?
I love that we get to see each other and collaborate on so many different levels this year. So unexpected. Have you ever heard of an event called AFC?
You mean that little thing in Bangkok that I'm so sad that I'm missing right now? You mean that one? Yeah.
Oh, stop. Listen, I love you. How are you? Where are we finding you and what time is it?
Love you too. I am in Lisbon, well, just outside of Lisbon, Portugal. It is 10:33 and 75 degrees on a balmy evening.
You have a shout out on Facebook from Petra exclusively to you. So can I just say, yes, peanut butter and jealous. Hello. Tony, everyone I'm asking tonight, minimum talk by me, maximum promo of you, anything you want to talk about, get emails, tell us, encourage people to find you. You have a new dance group, party, organization, launch, announcement. The stage is yours. I'm spotlighting you. Tell us everything, please.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. So, just a little background. I actually premiered the new program that I got, that I put up, and I premiered it in Poland the week before the before the whole world shut down. So we premiered in two different cities for a weekend in Poland. Everything was sold out, went super well, and through the roof. And then the world shut down. I actually got the virus from Poland, got back, got sick, and it was no joke. It is no joke. But anyway, I got through it. I'm here. I'm happy, and this is the new program that I'm putting up. It's called Dance Glam, and I'm
Dance
super pumped
Glam.
about this.
I have to interrupt because in all these WhatsApp and chats and calls you and I back and forth, I never heard that you had the COVID.
Yeah. I got sick right at the very beginning, when like everything was crazy. Couldn't get tested, couldn't get out the house, couldn't get a doctor here, couldn't get to a doctor. Everything was shut down. Yeah, it was bad. I mean, I got treated over the phone, and then like my wife had to go to the pharmacy, get all the meds, and yeah, and I had to be on the phone with a doc like every day. Yeah, and let me tell you, y'all, anybody that's like not masking up, good luck. I'm here to
Thank
tell
you.
you, good luck
Thank
with
you.
that. All
Like
right.
my friend Roberto in New York says, let me know how that works out for you. Dance Glam. Tell us everything we need to know about it.
So I'm really excited about this program because what I've done is, most of the people know, I come from a dance background, a strictly dance background, and then
Really?
a little, just a little, and then I managed to work into the dance fitness industry, and I've been working between them both for my entire career, basically. And what I've seen is I've watched and taken classes and enjoyed, really. I've enjoyed a plethora of programs that are all over the world and that are out there. Zumba, Association, Les Mills, yeah, all of them. Because I love taking class. Anybody that knows me knows I love taking class. So, and I've decided, okay, like what can I do to go ahead, because people were like, make a program, please do something, brand yourself into a program. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. So finally I was like, you know what? Yeah, I should really do that because I think I've been able to fit into the dance fitness world. So let me go ahead and make something that actually will work for that, but it isn't more of the same. So what it is this program sits literally between a regular layered dance class and a Zumba type format. And when I say the Zumba type format, because there's a lot of programs, the Mix with Pilates, a bunch of them that use that type of format. It's not the same program, but they use a format what's called a song by song format. My program literally sits in the middle. You learn 4, maybe 5 super easy 8 counts, and we just run it. They're 25-minute blocks, and you run that and you run it, and then we hydrate, forget that choreography. Then we go in, we learn 4 more 8 counts. And the cool thing is that because there's a lot of, it's a great deal of representation of Latin-based music programs and dance programs, I wanted to bring in more representation of, street dance, of urban dance. So this program, which is another really cool aspect of it, each 25-minute each 25-minute section and segment is a different type of style within urban dance. So in the program, you'll get house dance, urban fusion, old school, which is super fun.
I'm
I
old.
have and who are you talking to? And street jazz, and the other one is called what I call classic glam. And that's fun because it's like doing choreography to Motown songs, and way back in the day, the Supremes and the Jackson 5 and all that stuff. So I'm super excited about this program. It is super fun. We did it in, like I said, we premiered it in Poland, and it went through the roof. Everybody was super excited about it. And so, yeah, I'm really happy about it.
Now I
Super
want to
happy about
know.
it.
I'm interested. How do I buy it? How do I subscribe? How do I get it on my computer? How do I get the license to teach it virtually? How do I buy into a sample or the full thing with the Tony Stone?
The thing is that right now, since we had that setback of like, by now we should be, qualifying instructors and going through the trainings, blah blah blah. But since we got set back by the virus, we had to go ahead and I had to actually get used to getting back into the viral space because, I was used to like cutting a lot of DVDs and films and all that kind of stuff. So I was used to the, teaching to the camera or dance to the camera. But then I got away from that because we've been in the physical space for so long, and I haven't done like DVDs and online stuff in like forever. So I had to get used to that again. Once I got used to that, and I had to wait until the website came out. The website is, by the way, Dan's Fit Nation. You spell that DANZ Fit Nation, all one word.com. And that's where you'll find all the information, everything on it. You'll find a couple of really cool videos on there. And what I do now is really try to get people just to take the class because it's a format like no format in the world. This is going to set the dance fit industry in a whole new space. So right now, I want everybody to when I put a class up, please come on in because you want to feel it, you want to understand it, you want to get with it. And then once I figure out where we're going to be like toward the end of the year. And, I've had enough people like taking it. Then we'll figure out if we're going to wait for the physical space to train or we're going to start training online.
I'm excited to know that this can take something with you and participate, get a sampling, and then buy into your program. I like that you've put this between two kinds of programs that we know. You mentioned Zumba and other formats and how you're sort of pre-formatted, but not necessarily A to Z pre-choreographed. Do you have any idea of price points yet, or it's too early to say what it will be in the different kind of entry levels or the membership tiers or anything like that?
No, we haven't set that yet. The biggest thing is right now we're just like making sure that we're offering the classes. I have 2 master trainers that are qualified right now. They're understanding exactly how I'm working it out online. Even they're learning at this time with me on the online space. So right now it's just getting people familiar with the program, familiar with the program's class, getting my master trainers familiar with it, ready. They've already put up, my 2 trainers have put up 4 classes right now thus far that have gone very well. Very
Well,
proud
Tony,
of those
you
2
have some
ladies.
comments. People are commenting that the world is ready for a reimagined, which our world is reimagined, dance program. So good for you for having the vision, January and February, to launch what is now only giving you a little extra time to get a head start running, right? Good for you. And when
Yeah.
people want to be alerted of your next step when it's available, where do we go? We go to the site that you mentioned, which we're putting into the comments. And is there a mailing list that we could sign up for to be alerted to be the first option master trainer wannabes?
Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, you actually can sign up on the website. So go ahead and when you get to the website, to dancefitnation.com, make sure that you go to join and sign up and get on our emailing list. And then everything comes to you as soon as we put out a flyer for the next class, for the next weekend. I usually do, we actually are changing the format right now. And I was doing 3 classes per weekend, but now we're going to do 2 so that we concentrate. Like one weekend is on strictly dance glam, where we do one dance glam on Saturday, one on Sunday. Then the next time we put classes up, because I am still in the dance space and I am still a working choreographer, I put a dance glam on a Saturday and then I put a regular dance choreo class on a Sunday, so that I'm still able to satisfy all directions. But yeah, I am on, everything gets posted on my Instagram. My IG is Tony Stone Dance, and on my Facebook, of course, which is just me. And yeah, you can find all the flyers there. We are here. I am here to make this program to shake you, but don't break you, because it took your mama 9 months to make you.
Oh, how mic drop. Word. Brilliant. Love that.
Word.
Yeah, I'm trying to update my terminology. I've learned mic drop last year, this year, this period, or word period. Somebody Reginald, he was on our the show we did on Fitnessworks episode 8, where
Oh,
we
I
talked
saw him.
about
Yeah, I saw him.
racism and fitness. And he was just posting yesterday, if you want to get some dope moves, come on to 8 o'clock. And I've only known the word dope associated with things that are illegal. So I said to him, I really need some dope moves, apparently. He said, well, change your clothes and come onto my Instagram feed at 9 o'clock. I'm just learning that terminology. Dope. I'm going
That's
to
so
do a
funny because
dope lecture.
that's so funny because I was just having someone was just talking to me about like they wanted to know if my program would work into their company, and I've known her actually for years and years. She's out of London, so
The
we were
answer is
talking,
yes.
and I was like,
Always.
so listen, yeah, you know what, this would be a dope idea. She goes, there it is. I've been waiting for that. I didn't know if you were going to still say it or not.
Still. Oh my God, I'm just hearing that. It means cool, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Phew. Yeah. I'm going to be
It's like,
interested in your program. I want to sign up, even if I don't end up teaching it. I'm sure the music is, how are you working on the music? Can you tell us really short? Is it original? Is it licensed? Is it the real stuff from TV that we're going to have to make sure the club has the license for? How's the music going to work?
right now what I'm doing, the way I'm working it is that I'm using real music, because when you take my class, at least that's the way we're doing it now, unless somebody slaps me upside the head and we end up having to do something different. But what we're doing right now is we're using like original songs, actual original music, and we're saying, okay, of course, especially because I'm a musician as well, so I'm not like trying to bust out there and sell other people's stuff. I want to do it
Right.
right. So basically what I'm saying is, for this segment, here's the playlist. You go get the playlist in whatever way you use, Spotify,
Right.
iTunes,
Right. Right.
Amazon, whatever
Right.
you do, and then
Right.
you go and get it. But I offer you the
Right.
playlist because the music is literally as important as the movements.
As we know, every time you're on stage doing the Saturday night party kickoff at AFC in Bangkok, Thailand, or anywhere you are in the world, Tony, if I'm an instructor and I'm going to work in a physical place that pays its BMI and ASCAP, I'm covered if I'm certified. I have my own insurance, and the club pays its licensing fees. The issue comes into now streaming and beaming and monetizing and live and all that extra stuff, which we'll talk about with another guest later. Can I thank you now
Interesting.
for staying awake, unless you're on because you have to do another session in China in a few minutes?
Yeah, right. Exactly. I was supposed to be doing something for Malaysia, but they actually moved it. So yeah, but
Oh my.
it's 10:45 here at night, and honestly, I'm a night person, so this is like noon for me. I don't go to bed usually until 2 or 3, so it's all good.
Word. Thanks for bringing us the dope.
All good in the hood.
Oh my God, you're so funny. Thank you very much for being with us and giving us what you up to. I love you. I miss you. And I look forward to our WhatsApps back and forth. By the way, did you ever hear of this convention called AFC? Bye.
AFC, that thing in Bangkok. Thanks, buddy.
Bye. Goodbye to Tony Stone in Portugal. My friends, you know, a place that I have not been to, but I've invited to do some retreats in, has been Ghana. Boom. Africa. One of the countries in Africa is Ghana. This is the flag, and none other, no more, no less than my dear friend. We are so connected more this year than ever. Kukua. If you've heard of Kukua, good. If you haven't, you're in for a treat, because this is someone who is moving and shaking her boomsie and all other body parts. Hi, Kukua.
Hi, Rafiki, my
You
Rafiki.
you are my Rafiki too. I've been learning some words that you've been telling me in a couple different languages as well. So
Yes.
thank you for that. Thank you for being with us. I texted you one day in the last couple of weeks, and instead of answering me in 10 minutes, she answered me within the hour. And she said, Lawrence, I have to tell you, my business is booming from 500 to 800 emails a day now, that everyone seems to be interested in what she's doing. And I say, better late than never, right? Just for the health of it. What's going on? Tell us everything we need to know. Kukua, my dear, I have a little treat that I have found, which is a little sampling of video that I'm going to show when you want me to show it. In the meantime, tell us, in the words of my drag friend Athena Dion, what you doing?
Oh my goodness. Well, I have to tell you, we got so busy. And when I say me, my daughter, my goddaughter, my other daughter, family, Kukua African Dancers family. But overnight, we got popular just because we got online. Now, 2 years ago, Lawrence, before all this COVID and everything, we were traveling. I think you know that. We were taking people to Africa and, yep, that's right, showing them Africa. And we were going to all the 54 countries, left and right, and what have you. And all of a sudden, COVID came in and boom, shut it down. And as I said overnight, online woke up. Online happened. And just because we had built our online 2 years before, we jumped right on it and we started doing lives through YouTube. And people just got a hold of it. Like we went from maybe 200 to 200, subscribers to over millions here in like million viewers. I mean, we were shocked. Like, what is going on? Within 2 months, the statistics was blowing our mind because yes, people are doing it on Instagram, on Facebook, on Zoom, and all these other places. But we had our platform, and our platform is Vimeo OTT. So that's where we were doing it. But in order to promote it and bring people to there, we were doing it on YouTube, which is free to the public. So it got us so busy overnight, so busy.
I'm excited for that because I remember when you would travel around the world and you would get people to be interested and show your program, Rancho La Puerta. We've been guest instructors simultaneously doing different things, doing our dope trainings. And Tony Stone is also shouting out to you now on the comments, which is wonderful, from Portugal to Africa via, where are you in the States right now?
Florida.
Florida. Okay. Oh, I hope it's working out for you there. Stay safe there. I remember when you'd go around the world and you invited me to start to do some retreats, which we were going to do in 2021. And now that's on pause. It's not canceled. It's on pause because I remember we were researching, can I get Biscuit into Africa? Yeah, depending on where we go. I'm really honored that you want this to try to go to Africa and do some kind of a collaboration with you. I got the Chinese stuff. I can do the Tai Chi and the Qigong and stuff, and I can take my shoes off because I've been teaching barefoot for a long time. Where are we going to find stuff from you? I know the YouTube has so much that's out there, and it is actually at no charge. Can we give our friends a little sample? Do you want to set everybody up for the clip that they're going to see, and what are we going to see?
Yes. So before I give let the clip start, they can go on YouTube. And really all you need to remember is Kukua, the name Kukuwa fitness. Those are the only two words you need to remember. You go on YouTube, you put Kukua fitness. And at the end of this, I'm going to say the same Kukua fitness you can find in Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, everywhere it's Kukua fitness, But I will go a little bit into the streaming after they have watched the clip. But this clip you're going to show is the free YouTube 15 minutes we give to sort of bring people over to our platform.
I'm so glad you talk about the F word, because no one wants to talk about the F word. Free. Your first taste is free. And then hashtag fitnessworks when you buy in. You are so affordable, I want to say, but now more than ever, I think it's great that people have an open mind to, if they're not going to go somewhere or stream or beam or in person, teach a whole hour of African-based dance, they can do some moves. As I've been challenging my mastermind group since you came and gave us motivational, educational, inspiration talk, their homework assignment to the rest of the month is they have to put core training standing moves from Kukua's online no charge content, and the stuff they're doing, I'm so proud of them, really. Let's take a look at what you have been sharing, because I think it's important, right? I have a clip that I want people to see because I think it's important to get a little idea of what they're in for. You have a big friend in Super Betty.
Right.
Super Betty is a friend of mine. She's 90 years young. She's ace and alpha. And whenever you're anywhere, when we were all together at Manuel's Rancho La Puerta in Mexico, she came to all your sessions, even when we were supposed to be team teaching. just
No.
incredible at all those things that she was doing. I want to show this clip and then you can tell us a little bit more about it when we're done. Yeah?
Yes, please.
Okay, so let's see if you can see this now. How wonderful is that? What's a boomsie?
A boomsie is actually the behind, the butt. But I trademarked it. It's a Caribbean word, actually, just so
Of course
know.
you did, because fitness works.
Exactly. And I changed the spelling, BOMBSEY, and trademarked it. And I call it the core, the actual core. So from your core, which would be right from your waist up, all the way to your butt, is the boomsie. And with African dance, that area, pelvic tilt area, really moves in everything you do.
I need some of that, because trust me, I've been here in Puerto Rico since January 1, and I keep telling everybody, and it's the truth, I haven't opened my front door since then. Petra Colbert and I were talking a couple weeks ago. She's like, where are you? Leslie Bender and I, where are you? Honey, I'm in the same place. You guys at Central Park. Leslie goes out and goes on her lake and she does her water sports. I'm here with Biscuit. And when I hear about pelvic tilt, I get a little interested. So, doesn't take much these days. It doesn't take much. What kind of programs do you have for the people who want more to get involved with Kukua? I go to YouTube and I get all this content and I could say, well, I'm trained by Kukua. No, I'm inspired with Kukua. Now, how do I buy in to get something more formal? Do you have one-offs? Do you have 6-month training? Do you have instructor training? What are all the things that you offer?
All of the above. So the YouTube is really a introduction to the Kukua workout. So when you go on there, since it's free, as we said, anybody can go on there. And that's where all our millions of people are seeing what we do. And then right there and there on the lives, when we do the lives, we say, make sure you go over to our streaming. We put a link there. We make it easy to go. It's called Kukua Fitness. Once again, the 2 words, .com/workout online. So it makes it easy. If you forget, remember, workout online. You go.
And your website, your first name is Kukua, correct?
Yes, my first
right.
name
And your business is based around your first name. When we go to your website, we could find all these links you're talking about?
Everything is on there. Everything is on my website. If you go on my website, first homepage, you're going to see it all there before it takes you to anywhere else.
If I want to become an instructor, do I actually have to do a video and submit it? Or is there a test? Or do I just take trainings? What's available?
It's online. So basically, you do a test, a written test online. You will do a written test online. There are 2 parts to becoming certified. There is the written part and the practicals. So you will do the written online. When you've passed it, the system does all that and says, hey, congratulations, you've passed. And then we get to know, well, Lawrence passed. And then the system sends you the next steps, the videos to start learning the key moves of Kukua dance.
And then I have to teach them back and somebody has to see me in my boomsie and a bikini?
Right. And then what happens is then you do a video call with us. We want to meet every single one of our instructors.
And nobody records it, right?
No, maybe 1 or 2 have because their internet wasn't that good. But most people come because I want to talk to them. We want to see them.
Well, maybe I could have first right of refusal. Like if I like the way the audition goes, then maybe I could use it for a dating app or something. I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. Boomsie, bikini, and another B word. I don't know.
Right.
All right. So are there other options besides signing up for the whole training and the free stuff that's on YouTube? Are there other ways to get moves and material, or you have to become an instructor first?
No, you do not have to be. They're two separate things. You can actually just be somebody who just wants to take the class just for yourself. We have, you should look out for it. We have a before and after competition going on, actually encouragement going on. Take that word back, because a lot of people are showing us, since they've been working with us, even only 2 months or 1 month, the amount of pounds or kilos they have lost. But if you just want to just do that, okay, I mean, Lawrence, the shocking part is even those who are sick, people who just said, I have TPSD, but your thing has given me hope. I mean, so many people are writing to us. And when I say millions, I mean millions of people.
Success stories. Well, you'll notice later that our Facebook comment feed is going off the chain. Dope, because you're here. You have so much energy. Everyone wants to know more. I think that Latin dance is ubiquitous. It's around the world. Like, when has everybody said, what do you teach? Oh, I teach the art of French dancing. Said nobody ever recently, right? It's Latin dance and maybe some Greek dancing, maybe some Russian dancing. But you know what? This African inspired movement that you do is so core to extremities. It's, as we just saw, you cannot be making your grocery list and do your moves. You have to have total body coordination. Move your head, move your boomsy. It's barefoot before America was talking about being barefoot. Thank you for sharing your message with us. And the reason I asked you is I love you and you're humanitarian, and you've said yes from our first PSA, and all the support you've given us talking about how we can become more encompassing and diverse in our messaging in fitness, is that I also love your program and I also go and take it. White boy, old, stupid can move or try to. And the important thing is to see someone now, maybe the news kind of helps your program because you're booming. And good for everybody for looking into a little bit of African-inspired, authentic moves. How many languages do you speak?
I speak 9.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. But
I speak English and wine. There you go.
But Lawrence, what we also like about the streaming, it's not just only that. We have a mother-baby series for mothers pre and post there. We have choreo. Those who just want to learn choreo, we break it down for them. We have so many other ones on there on the streaming. When you go there, you will see it's a total body health and wellness on that streaming for you, and you will find something there, be it male, female, children, or seniors. We have it all.
And any color. Any color can try.
Any color.
Thank you. Yes. I just had to get that in because I've never been so pale, and now we're all very conscious of our languaging. Thank you. I love you.
Can I say
on behalf,
we're on Instagram, right?
Yes, you did.
We're on
yes.
Facebook, we're on YouTube and LinkedIn, but it's just the Kukua Fitness.
And retreats around the world, and we're waiting for you to catch up on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not. But we'll hear from tonight the reasons why some people are moving to TikTok. I love you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Love you. Thank you.
Bye. Goodbye to representing Ghana. My friends, before we go to the United States, I'd like to say, if you're just joining us on the top of the hour, please hashtag, if you haven't yet, I was here, and where is your here? Where are you watching from? You'll see in the comments, findlawrence.com/fitnessworks to get all of this in video as well as audio podcasts for you to share with your classes and clients of what they might want to do of our 3 hours, hashtag virtually versatile. And remember to click share and share now so that you are part of history instead of watching it. Instead of just calling it his story or history or her story, her story, I like to say our story. We make it fitnessworks our story in New York City. Where are we going? All the way to what some say is the center of the world. What? Are you needing some confidence? What are you needing to look smart and sharp and bright? What are you needing to sound like my favorite accent in the whole world, my Brit friends from the UK? I'm going to invite Petra Culver. Thank you for being with us. Hello.
Hi, I'm trying to represent all my brands here. The Brit, the book.
I love that.
My friend, one of these days, if I do my boom qua.
How about this? Boom. Can we represent you this way? Wow. A little UK and a little NYC. I could have made a combine flag for you of UK and NYC. Okay, we're finding you in New York City. You're at home. We recognize the set, the most perfectly lit, well structured, up on this from March ever. How to wear glasses and not reflect your Zoom lights in the world, not to show a ring light, how to work your room, how to be on camera. You have just led the world by example. Petra Kolber, in the words of Athena Dion, what you doing?
Well, before I say what I'm doing, I have to give a shout out to anyone, all your amazing guests, and Tony Stone, because I have this memory that I have to share. Oh my God.
Please.
I can still remember the moment. So I was actually teaching to a Jackson song, one of the Jackson songs. I can't remember what it was. And it was at ECA Miami. And I remember, and it was choreographed. And Tony, like, he loves to take classes. Him and his posse were up there. There was like, I remember the floor, and there's up raised at the back. And he took my entire class. And I've never been so nervous, so humbled, so grateful to have that man's energy supporting me as I was trying to do my best single, double with an attitude.
Wow. What
Love
a story.
That man. Love that man.
You'll always remember that. I would be so nervous, just like
my
when I
God.
had to like show Tai Chi in Taiwan. Oh my goodness, forget that. Crazy. Well, that's a great memory. And that was just a few months ago, right?
When I was 20, yes.
What you up to? Tell us. I know you're mentoring. This article I have so timely that Idea has published about we're mentoring those of us who have been around for a while. And in addition to mentoring and helping show some secrets to some other people, you've got a couple of things going on. And I just think people need to listen, open their minds and hearts. And I remember years you and I, for a while, were around the world and we represented shoes and Reebok. And then we represented apparel and Reebok and education and Reebok Resolution and some moves and grooves. And we looked good doing it, didn't we?
I did in my mind. I have this amazing memory. Thank you for the lead in, Lawrence. I'm going to be, I'm just going completely transparent right now. I was so nervous coming onto this segment because you had said to me, come on and share what you're doing. And I'm like,
Right.
And you're like, you're going to share, you're going to sell, you're going to promote. And I was like, really? I mean, because I've noticed already in our industry, right? We are so good at giving everything away for free. So I came out of the gate when COVID hit, and I love what I was doing in collaboration with other great presenters and creating community, and that was sustainable for free for a few months. And then we're going to have this new world we're stepping into. So I am now working with a new apparel company, and I'm just going to say it's selling. So I'm just going to get completely honest. So I'm not going to share much about that here. People can learn
Everything is selling. I'm interested.
I want to
Is there
talk
male
about,
clothes?
yeah. I want to talk about this though, Lawrence, because I think this is something our industry has to get really comfortable with. And you had said at the beginning, get really comfortable in the discomfort. And we are really good at sharing our passion, sharing our purpose. We're not good at turning that purpose. Even when we say the word profit, we want to like, oh my God, that's so awful. But how are we supposed to keep a roof over our head and be able to be the inspiration for others if we can't take care of ourselves?
Right.
So super fast, I speak on confidence all the time, right? I have a course on confidence. I speak about not caring what other people will say. And an opportunity came across my way with a pair of these red leggings that I wasn't looking for an opportunity.
Show, please. Show. I love red.
These sold out. But I was looking for a pair of leggings to DJ.
Unisex?
For you, they could be.
Okay.
But anyway, long story short, so I came across this opportunity that's in very early stages. And I just said yes, because it's a perfect opportunity for, I think, people in our industry. And it's athleisure wear that you can wear. And for the first time, and says, oh my God, Lawrence, I love that top. Where'd you get it? Instead of saying, oh, go over to this store and we never see them again, you get to say, oh, I work with this brand. And guess what? We get commission from working with the brand. So I signed up. I said yes. And I jumped in and I did nothing.
Okay.
I got the clothes. I loved it. It's a very, very new company. And then I was freaking out because it is direct sales. And I have been approached by so many companies, and I'm not saying this is right for anybody listening or watching, but maybe it is. And the more I learned about the model, I realized the model isn't flawed. Sometimes the messengers are flawed, right? So when we have a bad experience about selling, it's often not the model, it's, oh, that's that person that I can't have a conversation with 10 years later without them still trying to sell me something. So my model is wear, share, care, and dare. You know, wear what you love, share what you love, care deeply about the team, and then dare to dream big. And so what happened was, I call it a convergence of time. So, you know me, I've been kind of trying to not circle out of our industry, but just can take the girl out of fitness, but you can't take fitness out of the girl. And I just
TED Talks and motivation and speaker and a book. It's all wellness and happiness.
Right. So this opportunity presented itself, and it came right when COVID came.
Right.
And right when the first convention stopped, and right when we're moving on to Zoom. And I thought, you know what? What if? Both faith and fear require a belief in the unknown. And what if I could be the one that chooses to move from a place of faith, live the possibility, and try to create something new? And here's a word we should all know: an additional revenue stream. So as we walk out of our class, be it on Zoom, be it in a club, your revenue doesn't stop when you do. And that's the beauty of direct sales. Oh my God, I can't believe I said that word twice.
But it is.
Anyway,
Listen,
yeah.
can I just show you this? And I have to. This is an article that Idea did about mentoring, right? I have an entry-level mastermind group that's free on Facebook. It's not enough for people who are serious about their industry, so then I have tiers. I'm selling. When I go to a convention and they pay me for a lecture, I'm selling. When people say, how can I work with you to get me into something like DVDs in Walmart? That's selling. Everything we do is selling. It's not a dirty word, Petra.
I know. Why? I think the hard thing is, and this is, so I had to sit really hard with this, Lawrence, when I stepped in, and I love the clothing. I love the community. I love the company. I've loved the women. I love the team we've built. There's 70 of us now, people that I've known for 10, 20 years. And what I love more than anything is the convergence, right? My leadership skills, my technology skills, my 30 years of deep experience. And I was so afraid. I had to really look at, like, I speak on confidence. And the one thing I really had to sit with myself, Lawrence, and go, what is stopping you from sharing this story? Not selling, sharing this opportunity. And it came down to one thought. I speak about this in my confidence group. What will they think of me? What will they think of Petra Kolber, who's so good at giving things away for free? And, it really was like, because I had such a bad taste in my mouth, or an idea of what this might be.
Right.
And then I was like, wow, you're really willing to step away from a possible opportunity because of what they may say.
People unhappy with their lives are going to be busy talking about yours. Michael Piercy, my friend, says his father taught him, Robert Piercy said, no matter what you do, someone will always be calling you an asshole. So once you remember that, life is wonderful. I'm going to ask you point questions because I'm interested. How do people find, is this on your website to find out about the clothing?
No, the way to go, the best way, because you know me, I use my tech skills now, right? So I don't want to sell anything. If you want to learn more, attraction marketing, just basically go to petrakolber.com/discover.
Okay.
And that will tell you more about what it is.
And right now it's just clothes for females?
Yeah, guys next year. And right now, just in the US, but we're going to go global. Canada next, and then global. Looking to do guys next year. You'll be the first person I call.
I'm sure you're looking to do guys. I knew we were together in some things. Yeah.
Well, I thought that boomy, bikini, and then maybe boyfriends, right? That could be your last B.
Sure. I'm loving what I'm hearing that you said men will be available, but in the meantime, or clothing for men will be available. I'm going to petrakolber.com/discover. I didn't know about that. I know /confidence. Tell us about that, because some people who mastermind with me are also in your confidence group, and that is booming.
Well, you know what it is? That's the whole thing about, right? Having the confidence to stand in the truth of who you are. And when someone might say something negative or they have an opinion of you, you can stand in integrity. So it was an evolution of the perfection detox. So I felt like perfectionism was something that you want to get away from, and
Right.
confidence is something you want to move forward to. And Lawrence, I see this over and over again. I saw it with myself. The difference between those that do and those that don't, those that take the leap and those that don't, has very little to do with talent and everything to do with a belief that we are worthy, that we have something worth sharing, not to bring the light onto us, but then when we can shine our light brightly and boldly and shine it on others, we get to reflect and live the possibility. So that would be petracolbert.com/confidence.
I'm loving that. People can join into those groups and tiers and levels at any time, correct?
Yes. And we have an
okay.
amazing group that a lot of them, and we talk about you many, many times because they're mentoring with you. But as you see, right, it's this idea of the faith and the fear of what will they say versus the fear of, I live in integrity. I make choices for the best. I will take care of you. If you're around me, I will mentor you. I'll be here for you in and outside of whatever we're doing. And yeah, it's been such a blessing to my life to work with these women in that community.
Good for you. People who invest more become more invested. I've always found that. Even the people who buy in at the entry level of anything, people who invest more become more invested. Fitness works, just not for free. So if people are asking on the feed, and they are, tell us more about the company and the close that's /discover for how we can build our teaching and confidence and TED Talk and author and diversification in our industry. petracolbert.com/confidence.
Yes.
What else is going on? Anything else?
I mean, it'd be petracolbert.com/dating, but that's like nothing to tell you there. But I guess the one last thing, I've only got 1 more minute, is like really what I want to do is next year, you've been hitting me up. I keep using AFS. My goal is to be in Thailand, Asia in October 2021.
Oh, we would love that. How many years have we been saying, could you please come and do our convention? And we don't say that to a lot of people.
I'd be like, please have me. I'm hoping to be there.
You have an open invitation. Of the people who program, I don't mind how many times you say no. And about the /dating, I would like to say, and just put it out there for you, that I have a few friends in high places. But if you need friends in low places, I got plenty.
Whatever that means, I'm open. Say yes and be open to possibility.
Close, confidence, and we need one more C.
Contribution.
There you go. You give the initial stuff like Auntie Anne samplers and the Starbucks Frappuccino on the day. There's something you get a sample of for free. But selling and goods and services, I call it now an energy exchange. You want my energy and you exchange your energy, and then it works for everybody.
Yes.
Fitness works, but not for free. I love you. My best to New York. Gosh, I'm so glad that you are part of the solutions and to the UK and not one of the states growing in numbers of cases, etc.
Yeah.
So
we live on Cuomo rules.
Here's to pandemic profit. Yay.
Okay. I love you. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I adore you.
Thank you for saying yes. Bye. My friends, how wonderful to have just a moment of value and of pause and of reflection, of gratitude, and sing out verbally praises to the Petra Kolber. How wonderful. That means now, little housekeeping. Hashtag I was here watching from in your comments. Number 2, findlawrence.com/fitnessworks will get you all our shows, all 9 episodes, and especially this one, in podcast or video format to put on your friend's Audible and Shareable and Spotify and iTunes, for example. So you could share all of our wisdom of the Petra Kolber, for example. And please make sure you click share and share now. So you're watching our Around the World show where we're going now to California. Guess what? California, here we come. And connect on your trimunity, tribe and community. Fitness works, but not for free. In other words, you're watching on your feed because a share in social media means there's nothing else that someone else could be doing that's more valid than what we're sharing right now with these community ideas and value. And when you look at where we've been, if you've been in our industry for a while, you know that the true oysters make the pearls that have survived generations. And our next guest comes to us with a huge heart, a huge history, from Share Fitness videos all the way to Schwinn and Equinox and SCW and training, the Kelly Roberts. Hello, my love.
Hi, Lawrence. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you for saying yes. Many are called and few respond. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You have a couple things going on. I see so much compared to March. What's a ring light? And now look at you. You're putting us all to shame. And I think you got more than one ring light, because I love when you post pictures of behind the scenes. Your kitchen table has now become like not just a kitchen table. I so love your success stories. In the words of Athena Dion, my drag queen friend from Miami, what you doing? What you got going on, Kelly Roberts?
Well, Lawrence, I do have quite a production. I've invested. I've completely invested in this, and it's paying off. You know, I'm getting a lot more online clients, and people I've never even met face to face. I am starting to train. I've got a brand new 94-year-old client who I'm going to train for the first time tomorrow. Wow. I'm excited. She was referred to me by my 91-year-old client. I just love.
That's beautiful. So Super Betty at 90, it's not the only one anymore, although she's certified in land and water, etc. Good for you. 94. And is that on Zoom or in person?
Zoom.
There you go. By the way, for the people watching, we didn't say exactly where you are. I believe you're in Pasadena, California, because I recognize your set.
Yes, I'm in Pasadena, California. That's right.
Which is just north of Hollywood, right?
Yeah, it's just kind of north of downtown. We're in the foothills of the Los Angeles National Forest. It's beautiful, actually.
Okay, nitty gritty. You're training one-on-one on Zoom. They pay you on whatever you tell them, like PayPal or Venmo or Stripe. You get money in your account. You log on and you can see them moving. Do they have equipment?
Some of them I have given equipment to. So my 78-year-old client, I gave her equipment so that I would have the same thing to work with. I get given a lot of equipment, so it didn't cost me anything. I just dropped it over in a care package, and she trains twice a week with me, and that's been really fortuitous. I had her add stability ball and some dumbbells, and so, you know, gliding, rubber resistance, stability ball, bender ball, dumbbells. It's amazing what you can do with a small amount of equipment.
Okay, so I'm hearing equipment. I'm hearing upper generational clients, which is really inspirational. Just to get a 94-year-old referred by a 91, not only is that a story in another TV show, I remember the TV show you did in Italy with the blind client for all that time. That was just so inspirational. This is another story. How you can get a 94 on Zoom and gliding and ball via distance. That's like some news story. Need to pick up on that its own. What else are you doing within and without the confines of Zoom?
Well, I'm starting a program called a platform. I'm starting on a platform called Learn It Live, and I'm going to be running my educational programs through Learn It Live. I'm updating my website to accommodate all my new virtual training, and so I'm just kind of really getting up to speed with being online. With all my virtual connections, so getting my website up to date.
New pictures. I saw you were doing some pictures for a while. Not
I did a photo shoot. Yeah.
You invested. That was some good lighting and makeup, and oh my gosh, that was lovely. You got to update that stuff once in a while. And in this retreat, why not put some time in to do that and to get a photographer to say yes and a budget that you can afford? Good for you. Mine's in Mykonos, but no flights and no Americans allowed there for now. So my pictures are my pictures. This is what you get. Kelly, I like that you said the word invested, because it takes money to make money. I love that Petra said, or I said in her words, selling is not a bad word. And also, when you're doing these things like updating your mindset for a different formula or platform. You mentioned something beyond Zoom. It went a little fast by me. It's not teachable. What's it called?
Learn it live.
Learn
It's a
it
platform.
live. Can you tell me a little
Right.
bit about that for the people saying if Kelly's using it, we should probably investigate it?
It is phenomenal. This platform's been around for about 10 years, and I think they've really come into their own right now. Uh, Better than Zoom. Better than Zoom. Really, it's more secure. It doesn't have the same kind of possibilities of people busting in on you, and it records it, and people can look back on it at any time, so it stays on the platform as a recorded continuing it. So once people pay for the education, they don't just get it live, they can come back to it anytime they want. And I really like that. I really like that aspect.
And it's easy to download. It's an app like Zoom, and it sets up
It's not even
any.
it's not even an app, it's just a website.
I'm loving that.
Yeah.
All right. So that's something new we're hearing about, and you're using that and you're finding it very user friendly. And you said it's even better than Zoom.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
interested. I'm
Yeah.
interested.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Petra told us about a couple months ago, Be Live, BELIVE.com. That's one thing to consider. You're talking about this one. Can you spell the website out?
Learn, LearnItlive.com, and then it'll be / Kelly Roberts.
LearnItlive.com/Kelly Roberts. I'm loving that. I'm loving these sites that we knew a couple months ago would be coming out. I remember people were saying all this stuff is going up, but where's the YouTube version, or where's the TV guide version of fitness? Well, it sounds like now it's out and about. Good. What are you doing in terms of content that's going to be on that site?
I'm writing a book for human kinetics called
course you are.
The Professional's Guide to Small Group Training. Once that comes out, that will be a course that I put up there. I've got a HIIT training called Fierce Interval Resistance Exercise, that will go up there. And I will also be doing nuts and bolts of strength and conditioning and corrective conditioning as 4 and 6 hour courses. So I've got a few things going up. I haven't done it yet. I've got to get it on my site first. It's got to go on the
Okay.
site first. So
And you're scheduling time to do writing every single day because you're so busy.
yeah, it's tough.
Okay. No live conventions this year. What are you doing in terms of virtual conventions? Anything on your own or with others or other organized conventions?
Yeah, I'm doing all of the SCWs, and I'm also doing CanFit and a lot of stuff for Schwinn. So I'm doing some Schwinn certification. So if you're out there and you want to get certified to teach indoor cycling, Abby Apple and I are actually team teaching a couple of certifications in August. So I'm excited about that, to team up
No
with her.
bike required, right? You just
No
log
bike
on and
required.
take the day.
That's right. No bike required. You don't have to have a bike. You can just, I taught one with Eric Thompson a couple of weeks ago, and there were quite a few people who didn't have bikes who learned how to do it.
And is there an exam? Everybody loves to know in certification.
There's a quiz.
Okay.
It's
And I
not
know you, so it's not going to be high stress because you want everybody to
Very low
feel
stress.
confident. All right, so we have Schwinn, we have SCW, we have CanFit Pro going virtual at their first, a couple different dated convention virtual from Canada starting in August. What else?
NASM. I'm doing NASM. I'm doing the
Tell
NASM
us.
convention
Tell me
live.
everything. What are you teaching there and when is it? And is it virtual?
It's virtual. So I was hired to do the NASM Optima convention coming up. It was going to be in September. It's going later in the year. I can't remember the date offhand, but I'm going to be teaching some stuff on program design for small group training. So yeah,
You are the
exciting.
busiest woman working in fitness, even despite physical conventions being canceled. Are you doing any of your own workshops where you pop up and you're for any amount of time? It's just the block of time with Kelly Roberts herself?
Just Learn It Live. The Learn It Live will be block of time with Kelly Roberts once I get that up. But it's kind of, it feels funny to talk about it because it's in a percolation phase. I've signed up with Learn It Live. I've got that. I've found the web person to do my web page. I've been writing for the webpage. I've done the photos. I'm waiting for final photos. So it's all kind of happening like a duck underwater. You know, you don't see its little legs going, you just see it. So all the little legs are going like this. But
Only in your case, it's a swan. Beautiful and elegant and streamlined. So many of the comments you'll see if you scroll back, Kelly, everyone is complimenting your lighting, your look, your internal light. The feed is abuzz with what you're saying, yeah, but also how great you're looking on our Facebook feed. So good for you. They're loving that, which is why I say, yeah, we feel like ducks sometimes, going like this under the surface and then up on top like this. You're a swan. The swan's still going like this underneath, but I call it the swan story, and Shannon Fable has always called it the duck story, and I took that from her, and I thought, sometimes I feel like a duck, and I'm sure I'm worse than a duck, and sometimes I'm moving around like a monkey. So sometimes I say we have to just get the monkey off our back and shut the duck up and start to be a little more calm. Anything else you're doing that you want to hint about? The pictures, the book?
But I was looking back on some photographs, Lawrence, and I came across the photographs of us in Italy together. You know, my mum is dying, and so that's a very sad thing for me right now. And she was in Italy on that trip, so you met my mum.
Right.
And that was such a good memory. You and I really connected in a big way on that trip. It was the first time we'd been in Italy together. We both shared our love of everything Italian.
And your Italian is flawless. Your Bosu technological terms blew me out of the water, and the ragu sauce. And at one of those conventions, either Rimini or in Florence, you did a 50th. I have that picture of you in a bed of red roses. And I remember your mom, and I remember the booth we had where we were working for Bosu, and on one side we had alcohol-free beer. This is a fitness convention, people. And on this side we had
condoms.
We were between alcohol-free beer and condoms. We were the other kind of plastic. We were on a Bosu in the rain. And this professional woman was smiling and doing her stuff, drying off the surface so it stayed safe. Such a professional over the years. I'm loving that you gave us a new format, a new website to look at and consider. I love that you're Zooming. I love that you've got a human kinetics book coming out and working for all these conventions. I didn't even know some of them, like NASM is coming out with a convention as well. So thank you for sharing all the stuff that's going on in the world of Kelly Roberts.
Thank you, Lawrence. Thanks for having me. It's an honor.
Thank you. Me love you long time. You know that. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. What a beautiful person inside and out. Just really. My friends, we're going to stay in the United States. I know. If you're just joining us, hashtag I was here. That's all one word. Hashtag I was here. Watching from. Tell us where you're watching from. And please click share and share this so I will know, and so will your colleagues and friends. If you're watching this on my feed, or your own, because you click share and share now from Kelly Roberts or Petra Kolber or Find Lawrence, and then you're sharing our message of how fitness works, but not for free, around our world. For the first time, we're going to show our, boom, American flag that is another state. And we're going to talk to, maybe you've heard of water skiing, maybe you've heard of smart science, maybe you've heard of Pilates, maybe you've heard of the Bender Ball. Well, this is the last name Bender that put Bender in Bender Ball. My friend, my colleague, rock star humanitarian, animal activist, vegan, my dear friend, Leslie Bender, from collaborations years and years ago, on-set, off-set, getting lost and stranded in Istanbul, Turkey, shopping in LA, being in Asia with elephants and orchids and spices. Leslie Bender is going to join us and tell us, hey, Leslie, what you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Oh, I can't complain. My day today was I got up and I, got on my ski and had my fix this morning at about 7:45, and I have filmed Oh, let's see. I've already filmed about 5 videos for Xavier. So
Who is the
you know,
company that does,
oh, and then I had
tell
a
us?
client. Let's see. So, you know,
Hold
it's
on,
been
hold on.
big.
Tell everybody who Xavier is, and then I'll ask you, tell us everything you're doing. Who's Xavier?
Oh, Xavier. Well, Xavier is kind of my boss, Jeff Tuller, and he is the one, you know, kind of the brilliant mind behind the Bender Ball and Bar Above and Bar Above Pilates Focus, Tabata Boot Camp. I think you guys have probably heard of those.
Yes, we have. All right, now, everyone wants to know. Bender balls are just 1/20th of what makes Leslie Bender tick these days. Tell us everything. What you doing?
Well, that's a great question, Lawrence. Gosh, what have I been up to? Well, I have been doing a lot of work now on my new project, which I can't wait to share with everyone. It's new, but it's not new. We launched it in May. Is I Am Ageless Now, and this program is scientifically based to combine myofascial release, movement, and mantras for a completely pain-free body that you can literally do in only 10 minutes a day. We're so excited because the program is online and it is through the IDEA website, which I'm sure everyone's heard of. But if you go to my website, www.iamagelessnow.com, you will actually see where our information is on this program. And I think you'll be, you know, hopefully one of the people that would enjoy going through our program. It's very affordable and you get CECs for all the different organizations. And I truly created this program with passion due to the fact that I've been in this industry for over 30 years. I've gone to the Great Institute. I've worked with Thomas Myers in his cadaver lab a couple of years ago. And if I knew, especially now, what I didn't know then about how to train more successfully and more kindly to my body, then I would not be a recipient of a knee replacement about 6 months ago. And it probably has to be the most difficult time in my life because I had it done in December. And not only I couldn't fly home to see my family, but then I broke up with the boyfriend and everything just went to hell. And you talk about depression and not being able to do the things that you love to do and wonder whether or not you'll be able to get back to life. And I'm here to tell you, you know, almost 6 months later, I am back on the water skiing. I'm back working full time. And I was scheduled for almost every convention this year. But as we all know, because of COVID, this is how we're communicating. And the sad thing is we can't actually give each other a hug. But the wonderful news is we do have the ability to share our knowledge, our passion, our stories like Petra and Kelly and everyone else that we can bring to the world, which maybe otherwise, Lawrence, people would not be able to hear us or be part of us.
Leslie, the feed is going live and the feed is going abuzz with loving you and your Bender balls and what you're doing now. We're all retransforming as we're not going live to conventions inside those hotel buildings and convention centers. Before you tell us what else is going on the I Am Ageless Now, where do we find that? Is a certification? Is there an exam?
Yeah,
And people
yes,
like Betty, who's 90, is going to go into that program. And young people want to do that too, because it's for anybody who trains people over 40, 50, 60, right? And up.
Yeah. And this is what I want to throw out there is I want to start I Am Ageless Now on demand. What does that mean? Everyone that's gone through our program, I want to reach out to and them to reach out to me. And we start giving workshops or not workshops, but workouts, maybe some workshops too, and really showcase everyone that's gone through our program and offer an online workouts for consumers that are the active ageless. And, you know, to me, Lawrence, there's this huge gap because even in my 40s, I didn't even think about what I was doing. I was still pounding my body really hard because it was more about, how hard could you train versus what's going to happen in the future. And now we know so much about how to train our body successfully without compromising our joints that I would love to see a group of professionals that are in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and yes, 90s, giving workouts that people like me that can relate to, rather than me trying to relate to a 30-year-old, which I can't.
How and where do we find the initial training, Leslie?
Well, the initial training, I Am Ageless Now, is on the IDEA website. Under
ideafit.com.
Yeah, ideafit.com, and it's under continuing education courses, and it's still platformed right now as one of their number one courses. And I feel so lucky because IDEA asked me to present for them this year, and I wasn't sure what. And they said, what you're doing for the active aging, is really unique and very different, and we want you to do our virtual conference. So I'm honored that they'd asked me.
Congratulations on that. Bender balls are still around the world, and they're still the original, the one, the only. You've got the science behind it, as well as anyone could sit on it and it's not going to break. And we got one to see. Yay, wonderful. Thank you.
There's
Thank
my
you for
balls.
Thank you. Yes, that's one of us is going to say that tonight. Not both of us. I'll give you compassion and curiosity, but I'm not going to give you any show and tell. What else are you working on? What else you got going on? That course is on and it's streaming on ideafit.com. What else is you're training clients live and virtually?
I'm doing both, Lawrence. I found that training people virtually is so rewarding because once again, I can train a client in California, but yet I'm here in Florida. Club Pilates, we are back open. Some of the studios are open full capacity at 12.
And you're in Orlando, Florida?
Oh yeah. Hey, listen, we are the epicenter of COVID right now, but it doesn't seem to faze people. So we are masked up, we are gloved up, and we are keeping a big distance. But Pilates and yoga is not like your heavy breathing. So it is considered a really important modality of fitness for clients, Lawrence. And our numbers are back. Everyone is coming back. They need it.
That's exciting. Training clients, are you using Zoom?
I am using Zoom. I am doing both Zoom and live. So I'm busy. I've got a studio in my home. So with that being said, I'm training people here and I'm training people there. So I'm incredibly busy and I feel very blessed for it.
I hear about your streaming on the big virtual conventions like IDEA. Your course hosted now, ideafit.com at IDEA. I Am Ageless Now. You're brainstorming on streaming that out into Facebook groups and other ways with pop-ups, which is wonderful. You're also doing
anyone wants to email me, Leslie, Leslee at bendertraining.com. I would love to hear from anyone and everyone, any suggestions on how we can build together I'm Ageless Now as a team, because you're only as strong as the people you surround yourself with.
Absolutely. And Super Betty, I'm sure, watching, has some ideas because she's certified in 90 and she's still teaching on YouTube Live and Zoom Live from Jersey with her Ladies of the Red Hat and all the people around the world. Leslie, what's going on in addition to the organized conventions? Are you doing on your own? I know you're doing some bar work for some organizations.
Yeah, I have done the Bar Above Pilates Focus for Xavier. We've done, we've done what, 4 live stream now, and we've certified hundreds of trainers.
How do we find that organization?
Through Xavier, Bar Above.
Okay.
Bar Above. So our bar certifications are exploding. I can't even begin to tell you how many people are going through. And it's wonderful because we really are touching people that maybe they could never come to a live convention, right? So it's really awesome. And on the Bar Above website, we are now starting to put in some live trainings as well. But I think most likely most will be regional because the facilities are only allowing a certain amount to take courses. So they're going to be limited because of COVID, but I'm just glad to hear that they're going back on live.
You are in so many pots and not just working for others, because I think the ball says Bender, which is your name. Kudos to that. Is there anything you're doing daily or semi-weekly that's out now or might be coming out that you want to talk about?
Well, one of the things that I'm working on right now is how to live pain-free in 10 minutes a day. So all it takes is a tennis ball, and I teach you how to do a foot massage, myofascial release. And I have a philosophy: if you can brush your teeth, you can massage your feet. So this is going to be part of the I Am Ageless Now program, is in 10 minutes a day to a pain-free life. So you will be seeing that. The book is coming out. We're behind schedule, unfortunately. I Am Ageless Now. It's a motivational book. It's mantras. It's movement. It's a way of life. And my business partner lost her son to suicide about 3 months ago. I've gone through a knee replacement. All these things have happened, and the thing is we have moved on, and we're working through these things. And because stress ages you, as you know, Lawrence, and you meditate, you do yoga, and all these things, if we don't incorporate these things into our life, we age, and being 60, only thing that sometimes feels a little 60 is my knee, and that's to be expected.
Right. First of all, to your friend who lost her son, we send our prayers and condolences. To Kelly Roberts and her mom, all the way in Australia. We send our prayers and warm wishes. I didn't get to stick that in when Kelly was telling us about her mom, which is a long, long, long process to watch and be involved with. Your mom's not with us anymore. I remember you shared that in a
keynote. She kind of went the same way Kelly's mom did. And just to sort of leave us with a thought, is one of the life-changing things for me was the cadaver lab with Thomas Myers. One of the bodies had many different surgeries, very unhealthy. The other body had died in a traumatic car accident, but yet the body was still healthy. We have to take care of ourselves, because at the end of the day, we don't want to live in pain. We don't want to live unhealthy. And we know so much now about taking care of our bodies that if we keep pounding ourselves, because we have to look good in that bikini, it's going to catch up with us, and we're going to live in pain. And all I can say to everyone that's watching is embrace your body. You've only got one, guys. And if you've ever had anything like a knee replacement, it's life-changing. And Kelly's had a shoulder replacement. And these things could have been avoided had we known what we know now. So, love the house that you're in. I can't stress that enough, being this house.
Thank you. I love that, which goes back to why I've had seasoned, veteran, wise, humanitarian professionals that you all are invited to share your wisdom. Thank you for sharing everything you've given us. I'm so grateful that you're working on so many things. For those who are listening, everything that Leslie has said is affordable, and there is some kind of energy exchange for all of the goods and services she puts out. Fitness works, just not for free. Thank you for joining us from Florida. We send you love and light for Florida, for you and your career. Bye.
Thank you, Lawrence. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye. Love you more. The Leslie Bender of Bender Balls. I have Bender Balls all over my place, and they're one of the few pieces of equipment I have in my COVID quarantine since January 1st. Did I mention I haven't opened my front door, my front gate, since January 1? True that. Groceries, come in. My vet, Biscuits Vet, my best friend, also, in addition to Roberto, makes house calls. If you're just joining us, please, my friends, hashtag I was here watching from where in the comments. Click share and share now so you're watching us on your feed. And at the end of our ideas and inspiration across countries and continents, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can get all of this show for free as the show and as a podcast to share with audio for your colleagues and clients. We're going to go now to the state for the first time of Utah. Utah, yes. And I'm going to show our U.S. flag. Hello, Mr. David Petty. David Petty. Whoa, how cool to see you. Sight for sore eyes. I haven't seen you in a while. So good to see you. I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself so we could hear you. And I'm going to ask you to share with all of our viewers, where are you and what time is it?
I am in Salt Lake City, Utah, 4:47 p.m.
Yay. My friend Athena Dion works as a drag queen in Miami, and she has a TV show. And she asked her fellow drag queens when they're trying to put their musical numbers up on Facebook, hoping they're not going to get shut down from using original music on their Facebook numbers, asking for tips. She asked them, what you doing? David, tell us what's going on in the world of power music that's keeping so many of us employed and legal and ethical and unflagged and copyright approved. What's going on?
Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it. It's good to see you again. It's a couple months ago when all of the COVID stuff happened. I remember talking to you on the phone, brainstorming how we could continue supporting the industry with all the uncertainty. And during that time, we were inundated with instructors around the world contacting us, finding out what music they could use because they were getting copyright flagged and muted music, and they wanted to continue to interact with their students. So we, as a company, rallied really quickly. We created a line of virtual class music so that we could supply music for the industry, especially instructors just trying to live stream classes to their social media to keep those students involved. And that was really helpful, I think, to the industry. And now, as time has gone by, as things have kind of matured and developed, what we really found is more and more certain instructors and industry professionals are looking to the future and how they can take all of their skills, their expertise, and create content and share it, and especially monetize it. So we've been working hard developing some things to assist the industry with that venture. So one thing initially we did, and all of your viewers can check this out on powermusic.com. We have a help and resources area, and we created an ebook that's free for anyone that would like it. And it's basically a beginner's guide to teaching a virtual class. Some really good tips that are there for the beginner that wants to understand the technology and some of the music issues that you might face. So welcome to have everyone check that out. It's a free ebook sent right to your email. So that's one thing that we did initially. And I should mention, initially when everything got really crazy, we made this virtual class music available for those that wanted to live stream their classes. We made that available at no additional charge. Normally you have to pay some licensing fees to be able to use music in the background of videos.
Right.
So that really helped out. And then as time has gone by, I'm really excited to share with you now, finally, we have a new service available. And I want to see if I can share my screen.
Sure. Wow. Techno guru.
Let's see if this works.
For those of you listening, Gu is light and Ru is not light. So Guru is someone who brings light where there was dark. So you're going to bring us a visual, a show and tell?
Well, perhaps. It doesn't seem to be showing. So
I have you set up that if you want to share, you can.
Yes.
Click share screen and then hunt and peck to what you may have to have already open, and then it will show up maybe. In addition to when we go to powermusic.com, and you said there's the free ebook for instructors, because I love your music and I love the fact that when I use anything under virtual music at Power Music from my app or your website, I am completely ethically okay, because virtual music means online, right? I also love that you have another section called frequent questions, FAQ, because everybody's saying, then can I resell it? Then can I put it on YouTube? Then can I TikTok with that? Then can I, and all those questions are answered. It does get complicated, I will say, not you, because you people at Power can make everything super simple. I want to say this, while you're thinking about sharing or looking, that when people are posting, I do not own the rights to this music, or I do not did not write this song, or I am not the owner of this music, and then they're going to use it in their post. It's sort of like saying, I did not grow this marijuana that I'm going to be smoking in front of you. Like, it's still as illegal as your post is going to be, or unethical as your post is going to be. And that disclaimer is not a disclaimer at all, people. You have to have royalty-free music.
Yes, that's right. Sorry, my screen won't share, but the website that we just launched is called.
I've heard of guys who have that trouble, but we won't talk about that now.
It's called royaltyfreefitnessmusic.com. And this is a new service that we just launched, and it's a subscription service. And what it allows you to do, and as an instructor, is have access to music that's 100% cleared to use in the background of your videos. And what makes this different than what we've offered in the past is, with this subscription, not only do you get access to excellent 32 count music made specifically for fitness, but all of the licenses that are required to use that music in the background of video are included. And you can produce and release an unlimited number of videos each month as a subscriber.
We're excited. You got shout outs coming from Robert Sherman.
Excellent. Yeah, we're really excited. And there are music libraries out there in the world, but I think what really makes this different, number one, it's brought to you by Power Music. So we have a lot of customers around the world. We've been around 34 years. People trust us, but it's instrumental and some vocal music, but it's really designed for fitness video content. So all of the music is 32 count. We have over 45 compilations that we put together. So if you don't want to choose music, you just want to plug and play an album for all the different kinds of classes that you might want to teach, they're right there. It also gives you access to our Click Mix custom mix service. So we've created this great catalog of music that's all rights cleared for video. Yes. And you can make your own custom mix for your virtual class. And again, the main difference of this website is with this subscription, gives you access to the music where you can monetize your video. You're not going to get muted. You're not going to get copyright strikes. You can use this video content on YouTube. If you have an on-demand service that you want to submit your content to and try and monetize that, it's fantastic. If you want to create your own website and monetize your video content, we're there to support you with the music, which is, it's a big issue. And we wanted to make this as a resource available to the industry.
Thank you to Power Music. Will both of the original Now app, which is called Power Music Now, and the new information you're debuting on our show tonight be available as an app? Will they both be iPhoneable?
So you can access all the music on royaltyfreefitnessmusic.com. You can download it to your computer, and then you can simply put that on your mobile device and then use our free Power Music Now app. Then you can make a playlist. You can create your music. You can use the pitch control and play it. We also give you access to the actual files to download, because many people that are producing video content want access to the music. Maybe they want to lay the music in post-production.
Right.
So we actually give you the access to the music files through the new subscription service.
In English, for the people who are listening who say, well, I use virtual music and I put it on anything, am I covered? If it's virtual music from Power Music Now, correct me, David, along the way, you're covered. As that class experience one time that you're streaming live or Zooming live or in any public performance institute. But if you want to then take that live Facebook, you're done, it lives on your timeline, and you want to monetize that for the people who weren't on it live, you have to have royalty-free music to redo that, correct?
That's correct. Yes, that's correct.
That's why we need this service, because one thing, live performance, is not the same as reselling. Think if I wrote a song, I'm going to write a song and you're going to use it. I want some kind of kickback for your live performance. And then if you're going to sell it again and again and again and again, and I'm off tanning myself in the beach, I want to make money while you're doing that, selling again and again and again. That's why we do royalty-free music, and that's why you have 2 programs now. Can you talk a little bit about pricing? Because I know the virtual thing is an unbelievable deal for the rest of this year.
Yes, absolutely. So with the new website, royaltyfreefitnessmusic.com, it's a $49.95 monthly fee. And what that gives you is, as an individual instructor, sole proprietor, one-man show that's wanting to produce video content, or one-woman show, you can produce as much video and content and release it during that month. You can put it on any of the on-demand services, YouTube, if you want to monetize your videos on YouTube, you have all the rights to do that. Again, this is really designed for an individual instructor or video content producer. Separately, if you're an organization or a business producing online content, you can submit a request for a custom quote, and I handle those directly. I'll schedule a time to talk with the business, find out what they're doing, what their needs are. Maybe they need some custom music produced by our editors and DJs. We have all different kinds of tools available. So we'll work out a custom quote for the business that gives them everything they need music-wise to produce content and monetize it.
And my friends, the Power Music guys, and David and Daniel and Andrea, they're amazing. They gave us the music for our PSA that you had Manuel and Soraya and Stacy talking about months ago when people were saying, how do we put up our classes online? And we created this PSA. They do the music for all the goodbye songs. It's so hard to say goodbye. I'm not good at goodbyes on all of our fitnessworks episodes, 9 episodes now, background. When you have something that you want to work out with them, you ask them, and it's so affordable, as opposed to just hoping you not get caught doing something else, and then you get, God forbid, a copyright strike or something else, and then you can't post for a while or even post a video. On the app, there's virtual, and that's a library. I don't have to go the new information you've debuted us tonight if I'm just putting a class, throwing it up live, and then it's done. Your new announcement tonight is more like subsequent use, right?
Yes, the key is, if you want to monetize your content, if you want to produce content, save it, and then make it available at a later time for sale, which, that's the main difference. But,
and we do, because
yeah,
if you're doing your sweat equity, you want to redo that. If you're doing the downward dog or the burpee once, you sell that shipwreck and you keep getting money off of it, as long as you're covered with the music and what you're wearing and how you're speaking.
That's correct. Yeah. And so contact our customer service. We have great resources on our website. There's so much involving technology and music rights. And it can be a bit confusing, but we're here to help and support the industry. If I could give one additional quick plug outside of the virtual world, and what I'm about to say is not dealing with virtual. This is back to live classes in person, because hopefully someday soon COVID will go away and live classes in person will happen. Well, yes. And actually, we're hearing from customers that people are doing group fitness classes outdoors now. So we have continued to supply our great fitness versions of the best songs out there. We have a brand new line called our Now line. It's 10 new albums for all the different class formats that happen. We release 10 of those every month. So
Tabata with a male voice.
The male voice, per your request. So check out our website. That's all available to our Power Music Now subscribers. It's included with your monthly subscription. So we will continue to support the industry together, and we appreciate your support, Lawrence, for everything you do.
I don't do anything. I only said, can we have Tabata with a male voice, after doing my Tabata Tuesdays at 6:30 every Tuesday with the women screaming at me since April, at that time when it's not even bright in Puerto Rico, for 12 releases. So it's okay to ask for a little testosterone. That's all. I have nothing against female voices screaming at me, telling me it's time to burpee my guts out. Summarize one more time before I let you go. If we want to see all the stuff you've talked about in just a few places, really short and sweet, where do we go?
For all of our music, powermusic.com. For our new service that's supplying music to all of the video content producers that want to monetize their videos, go to royaltyfreefitnessmusic.com. All of the information is there. There's an excellent FAQ section. I encourage everyone to read that, because it'll really answer what we thought were going to be the most commonly asked questions. If that doesn't answer your questions, reach out to our customer service and we'll respond and answer any questions that you have.
The app is called Power Music Now. It's a subscription service. Thousands, I'm not exaggerating, and I've been known to exaggerate, thousands of songs available for such a nominal fee. What's a subscription for Power Music Now on your iPhone or Android?
$14.95 per month.
Thousands of songs, and you organize them. You change the beats. You can make them wordless or worded. You could add gaps. You can Tabata-size any song. You can make it instrumental. You could change the order. You can make it faster, a slower, and it doesn't sound like a chipmunk. All of that,
Right.
even if it's music that is not on their site and you import it into the app. Just done. Thank you very much for your time. I hope that Utah is treating you well, and I hope to see you out in the convention circuit somewhere, because it's always a joy to meet you for a Dunkin' Donut somewhere.
Thanks, Lawrence.
Bye. God bless. Take care. Bye. Goodbye to David Petty of Power Music and Power Music Now, and all the way from Utah. From the U.S., we're going to join all the way to where it's Monday. Here's the flag. Boom. Biscuit and I can't go there very easily, but we're going to go to a Monday morning in Australia. It is Monday morning. Humanitarian, epigenetics leader, and wonderful survivor of message and mission, Angela Lee Jenkins. Hello, good morning, Angela Lee Jenkins.
Good morning, Lawrence. Can you hear me okay this morning?
We are hearing you absolutely perfectly this evening.
Oh, this evening. I've just had a microphone technical issue literally 2 minutes before I was jumping on. I'm like, oh my goodness, you can hear me. Wonderful. How are you?
I am grateful to be seeing you, and I was telling our next guest, Manuel Velasquez, earlier today when we had a conversation, it doesn't matter how many tests of you do anything, because everything happens when you're in your Zoom box, that everything goes wrong. It doesn't matter what you prepare for with your groundwork, but when things happen, it shows your heart work. And as I was saying to another colleague earlier today, when someone said, I think the stress has finally gotten to her, and now this is just too much for her, I say that challenging times don't change people, they reveal people. Who you really are comes out now. And you're on this show, you've been with us from the start, you are part of our PSA, public service announcement, helping fitness professionals around the world know that fitness works, continue to work, and not for free. I'm going to ask you, in the words of my drag-free friend, Athena Dion, what you doing? What's going on? Tell us everything.
Everything. Well, thanks so much for the opportunity, Lawrence. And I guess I'm really excited. This year, I sort of launched a whole new program at the start of the year, 4-dimensional wellness. And it's something really close to my heart, because
What's it called?
4D wellness. So 4-dimensional wellness, because I love that. Thank you. Because wellness is so much more than physical. We so focus heavily on the physical domain. And
it's not just how we look. Come on.
Not just how we look, it's so much more than that. So, it's looking at our mindset, it's looking at our emotional wellness, and also looking at our spiritual wellness. And I've collaborated with amazing people from around the world, because you know what? I get smarter people, like what you say, I get smarter people than me to come in and use their expertise around that. So it's really about going deeper. And it's quite funny what's happened this year, because I was actually calling it a new era of coaching, a new way of being. And I honestly believe, with what's happening in the world, we need this more than ever now, to look deeper beyond the physical and look at our mindset and emotional and our spiritual wellness. And basically I use it.
How do we find what is 4D Wellness? Is it a site or a Instagram account, or what is it?
Yeah, it's a site. So basically, if you go to 4dwellness.com.au, you'll be able to find the programs and my services on that page as well.
The number 4 and the letter D.
Wellness.com.au. Don't forget the AU in Australia. And I've also got my personal site, AngelaLeeJenkins.com, which links to absolutely everything that I do as well. So, yeah, it's really exciting to be able to bring that. I actually have a little, if I can work the technology, I actually have a little video, a bit of music, which might give you a bit of a feel for it. And then I can maybe talk a little bit about it and show people what's available for them as well.
I would love that. Please roll that. I've changed your name to how we find you on social media, Angela Lee Jenkins, just to help all my friends not in Australia find you. But for conventions around the world, she is so synonymous with movement and mastery and epigenetics. We've got it. Share your screen. Go for it.
Can see it there.
Yes, please.
Yay. 4D Wellness. Should we have audio?
Audio not. Did the audio not come through then? We had a slight technical.
Right, no audio, but I love the visual. It's like show and tell. You could have actually narrated over it. That's so much there. Was that you laying on the spa bed?
Yes. That's doing some energy work as well. So I just wanted to sort of, I guess, show the feel because I just think it's really
Can you
important.
click on, excuse me, can you click on stop share? Because I think then we'll come back to you. Or do you have more things to tell us? Oh, there, you're back.
I'll
Yay.
show you some more things in a minute. I do have some other things, but I just wanted to show that feel to just sort of show what's available to people, and that, you know, in the physical, it's about fulfilling our genetic potential and I use epigenetic profiling to do that. From a mindset point of view, it's about being able to reframe our mindset because you know what? Happiness is actually a choice, and I've had to learn that process. And when people say, oh, you know, where do you get that from? Well, there's actually Harvard research that shows that happiness is a choice. And, you know, I've had to work really hard on that because I've gone from a place of, as you know, like holding my son as he took his last breath passing away to learning to find joy and happiness again. And I'm just so passionate about showing people that they can actually reframe their mindset. And there's such little things that we can do to be able to do that. And then from the emotional point of view, the other thing I love about exercise and all the lifestyle things we do is we can actually shift our emotional state. We can do movement, energy and motion. We can move our emotions. You know, we can look after our gut health, which improves our emotions, you know. So we've got all these things that we can do. And then from a spiritual point of view, we can connect to ourselves. I do a lot about head and heart alignment because so many of us are so in our head, we're so busy and all the time. Whereas if we can do connection between head and heart, connecting to our higher self and actually doing what our heart yearns, I see people's wellness improve unbelievably so from doing that. So it's really about connecting to that. And the big thing is as well is that we're all unique. So how we do that is unique to everyone. And with a lot of the technology these days, we can actually look deeper within ourselves, understand our biology, which helps us be able to understand how our mind works, what we need to process emotions, what we can do to connect to our purpose. Because the big thing is, right, would we have been given these genetic gifts if it wasn't for a higher purpose? Like when you start to think like that, it's pretty powerful about what we've been given.
Right. So let me ask you, for the people watching who are interested in a little bit that we saw but maybe didn't hear, and for the people who are interested in this idea of 4 dimensions of wellness, not the traditional 3, is this a certification? Is it training online with you? Is it free? Is it little buy into in little sections? Is it a whole 2-year course? What's in it for me? What do I do? How do I find out more? What's it cost? Promote, sell, tell me.
Awesome. So basically everything I do is around that. So it starts at a very beginner self-starter program. So a self-starter program, you can get an epigenetic profile on yourself, normally worth hundreds of dollars. You get a video series explaining you how to use it, and also what you can do for 10 minutes a day to work on your 4-dimensional wellness. And for your listeners here, I actually have a special for everyone. It's normally hundreds of dollars, but it's only actually 47 Australian dollars, which is about 30 US dollars. So it's ridiculously cheap, and you get a
An
whole
epigenetics profiling itself is a couple $100s. How do we get that offer?
We get that. So people contact me on Facebook. I have a link and I can set them up on my 4D Wellness. So it's a self-starter pack. So reach out to me, and honestly, and it's only available to the end of July, and then all the prices go back up. So it's a wonderful opportunity to actually, for people that just want to get started and have the process, I have all videos and away they go, they can do that.
Listen,
there's
my
one.
friends, I'm not making a kickback on Angela, but we've collaborated on a few other things because I've booked her at events to do epigenetic stuff. It's hundreds of dollars, but if it's whatever you said, under 50 US plus other stuff, at least see it and get the writing and take advantage of this offer. If you want to know what epigenetics is and get your own done, and then find out how that's the future of personal training or movement coaching, it's not just what's your body type, it's how everything comes together for you to be a coach of 2021. Super cool. Thank you. And that's Facebook to look at Angela Lee Jenkins
Yeah,
and say that
contact
you
me on
were
Facebook. Yeah.
you were listening to fitnessworks episode 9. Okay.
Yeah, and I can send them all the information on that, and then there's different levels up from that. Everything's on there. So I do, if people want a one-on-one consult around the epigenetics, I can absolutely take them through that.
I'm
And
all
then,
about the levels, darling. Start here
yeah,
and work your way
all
up.
about and then I've actually just opened up free coaching positions for my mentorship program as well. So that's where if people are there thinking, I really want this to be my year. I want to understand how my epigenetic works for myself. I want to fulfill my potential in my 4-dimensional self, mental,
Sure.
emotional, spiritual. I have
Angela,
education.
what else you want to share with us? Because we have a little bit of time left and I want to keep your show and tell time.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, I'll show you. If you go here, hang on, we'll do a little share screen. I'll show you.
Is it a nice day in Australia?
It's a beautiful
Okay.
day. Yeah. Yeah, for a beautiful winter day. So if people go to 4D Wellness on the site here, you'll see the full program, and pretty much you'll see that I've collaborated with some amazing people from around the world. These are just some of the speakers that I've had on my program. So I've got recordings of all education sessions by all of these people, which is pretty amazing, from functional medicine doctors to Dr. Perry Nicholson to Institute of Motion, a spiritual strategist, neuroscience. So it's really about going deeper. Plus I do monthly coaching, and we have monthly masterminds, and we work through that. And the wonderful thing is, because of technology, we can actually work with people all over the world. So it's a really wonderful opportunity for people to jump on board if they want to do that and actually work really closely with me one-on-one. So that's more of the high-end thing. But again, with the US dollar, honestly, for people in the States, it's still a good deal, even though it's a high-end version for us. But if people wanted to chat to me about that, that's probably a different version. But I do like to get people in from the starter pack from $30 US up to, big mentorship programs. But it's really for people that want to go deeper within themselves and really want to step up to the best version of who they are and what they're doing.
That's fascinating. Thank you very much for sharing that. Is there anything else you want to tell us about what you've been up to lately?
I guess the other thing that I do is I have a podcast, which is free, and I have amazing guests. I have a Will to Live podcast, and obviously Lawrence was my last guest on that, so you have to listen to the last one. He was brilliant. Yeah, and I love sharing that because that's my gift to share to people. I really want to share stuff that doesn't cost any money as well, so to spread the love with the Will to Live podcast. And, for me, for people to find the will to live their most fulfilling life, we really have to grow 4-dimensionally. If there's always something holding us back. If we want to live our best life and we're stuck in our emotions or our mindset's not right, doesn't matter how fit we are, we're not going to be able to live our best life possible. And I just want that for everyone because, life is just so short. And I really have a little mantra that I say, life's short, what's possible for you? Because there's so much more possible for us. And sometimes it's just simple things that we can do. And I've got all of these resources here that I want people around the world to experience what they can experience from doing that. So
Brilliant. Can I say thank you for giving us your wisdom, for getting up early on a Monday, for telling us about 4 dimensions of wellness, and for your generous offer of an epigenetics profiling, which did not cost me $35 US when I did it a few years ago. It wasn't with you, unfortunately. Thank you very much. And I know all of our viewers will be now and in subsequent listening and looking Angela Lee Jenkins on Facebook, reaching out to take advantage of your offer.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening over there.
Me love you long time. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you to Angela Lee Jenkins. My friends, if you're just joining us, please hashtag I was here watching from and click share and share now. So you're watching this not on mine or Angela's or anyone's timeline, but not just my illustrious guests, right? Yours, your timeline. And that's 2 clicks. Share and share now. Where are we going? Well, many have heard of Ricky Martin. Many have heard of Jennifer Lopez. Many have heard of Naya, unfortunately, the recent horrible demise of a Glee star from that TV show. Very famous people have come out of Puerto Rico. And now, originally from Puerto Rico, joining us from Mexico, hence the dual flags, the Latin, Mexico and Puerto Rico, we are going to visit with Manuel Velasquez. Manuel Velasquez, the traditional supporter of our public service announcement and beyond. Hello, Manuel.
Hello. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can see you. I'm just so grateful that you're in my Zoom room and I see you on my Zoom box. To quote somebody that we both friend and follow, Athena Dion, hey, what you doing? You are working and Zooming and moving and stretching and sweating and making money during COVID. Good for you. Share with us what's going on.
I'm working more now than when I was with my regular job. I don't have a job now. I do. To be fair, I do have a job, but we don't know when we come back. But I'm working more hours. I'm just really I feel like a little ant on the ground, moving rocks, moving sand, moving things, making channel, creating new pathways, just finding ways just to, first of all, to stay happy and to stay healthy. Second, to survive financially and
well, we have both been in the fitness world for a long time, traditional fitness conventions, and they're all a little bit different. In general, when you go to a fitness convention, inside your session, it's not really easy to promote yourself, all the things you're doing, collect emails, and all the other things where people can connect to you, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So can you tell us some of these really fascinating things? I think you want creative? Listen, some of this doesn't even involve a single squat, but ka-ching, ka-ching. I'm going to spotlight you now. Tell us everything, Manuel. What you doing?
Well, when the shutdown started, I was like everybody, paralyzed a little bit for a little while. What am I going to do? It took me like a week just to figure things out. Actually, to start moving things forward. And then I have a few calls from different people. One of my good friends became a friend. She used to be a guest here at the ranch, and she became a regular guest chef. Invite me to be a guest presenter or a guest trainer for her quarantine and cocktails, and then quarantine and calisthenics present Zoom meetings. She was trying to keep herself up, and she have a big following of people following her recipe, her cookbooks. She's been guest chefs at the ranch for almost 10 years.
Show us.
Follow her, and then initially I was like, yeah, I don't know how we're going to do this. It was Zoom. I didn't know anything about Zoom. And as you said, I went from boomer to Zoomer in like in a day or two. And I had to learn the system, and I had to connect with her. And what she did is create this beautiful space weekly with cooking classes on Thursday, happy hour on Friday, and that's where I jump in, and another moms and chocolate on Sunday for brunch. The Friday night was my collaboration with her, and yes, I'm gonna share my screen. This is just so hilarious. Where it is? Okay, it's here.
No nudity, right?
No nudity.
Okay, not in this one. That's a different program.
Okay, wait, let me see where. Okay, here it is. We're going this way. We're going to share. And no, this is the cool. What did I do? What did I do?
We love Cuckoo Up. I think you got some quarantine cocktails to show us.
I know. Let me put
You've
it
been
in.
telling us how you make them tipsy and then do core training. That's so easy money because you don't have to do anything
She shows
complicated.
a little, here we go. She shows a little recipe for happy hour, a cocktail that she sent in advance. And then, yeah, she just let us, can you see it?
Yep.
We've got such a cool lineup of special guests tonight. It's really exciting.
We are going to do a festive cocktail for mom.
It's so cool.
Oh my gosh, look at how cute they are.
I did it!
Nice.
Oh, nice. You're amazing. That's awesome. It's almost out of the oven. 1 more minute.
Woo, that's two.
This woman brings people together like I have never seen.
Oh my God, this smells so good.
The key to eggs is low and slow.
I'm so excited about this. And that's so easy, Laura. I mean, you could serve that in a heartbeat.
I mean, it's got the orange, it's got the coriander, it's got the spice, the bay leaves, peppercorn.
It's a very festive looking dish when you serve it. That's what I love about it.
It took every fiber of my strength to not eat all of it.
Why don't we do some exercises while we've got some alcohol in us?
That sauce is amazing and it's so easy. I love that.
I'm gonna add some orange zest just to add some flavor to it.
Wow. Yay.
Oh, Lord.
The energy that you put into all of this, it's a lot.
It's morphed into this incredible community, and to see you here week after week, and y'all know each other now.
Yeah. And that was the kicker. Thanks to Laura, I just jumped out of my, oh my God, what I'm gonna do. I just discovered, okay, I can do Zoom. I can do this. It was really fun just not to showcase, as in a conference, your serious part, your knowledgeable part, the value of what you do, but take that into a colloquial, friendly space, helping people that are in the same stage of frightening, like we didn't know the first week of lockdown where was this good or where we going, and that helped me, actually, thanks to Laura, because helped me to step out of my funk and start saying, okay, I can do this. This is a platform that I can use. I started learning how to Zoom, and then I became like a regular guest for the happy hour, and then we did core training, we did balance and perception, we did neuroplasticity. Every week we have a different thing. We learn a different drink. Right now we are drinking our weekly tequila. This is from this week. Is our Mexican spritz, is tequila, Aperol, and champagne.
Cheers. In the words of Donald Trump, chin, 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 chin.
And people they learn something to cook, they learn something to drink, and they learn something to do physically. And yeah, and it's a fun thing. And that evolved into what? Well, I start getting calls. People wants to, oh, I love your presentation. Can we train together? Then I start, okay, let's start doing that. I create a calendar and I start getting classes on some weekdays, random. Then a group of our friends, my guests from the ranch, jump in because they were part of the quarantine cocktails too. And then now we have Thursdays and Fridays as a solid book class every week, and that's keep moving, and that's keep bringing time, money, and views.
There's a cut for the mixologist, there's a cut for the chef, and there's a cut for you. And everybody gets the groceries, and everybody gets the menu, and you have preparation. You get people who are tipsy, so you don't have to worry about sweating them hard and working them hard. And it's fun. Yeah. And it's money.
Yeah. And then it spin off in more opportunities, because then that spin off, Trisha Murphy, she have a home is a platform called Homeroom Fit, and
Homeroomfit.com.
Homeroomfit.com. I can share my screen with you. Let me see. I have it here, and I can
No
show
nudity. No nudity.
no nudity.
Okay. Not the bedroomfit.com, because you were telling me about that one. Yeah.
Not at all, Lawrence Biscotti. Here we go. That's the homepage. It's called, can you see them? Can you see
Yes,
it?
sir. Yes.
Perfect. It's called Homeroom Fitness, and it has Trisha Murphy. It's really, how can I say this? How's the word? We met years ago. She was yelling, and she was leading a striptease class next to my Tai Chi class in a conference a long time ago. And I cannot I was unable to understand why people are screaming so loud. I jumped out of my room, and she was teaching people how to do striptease and touching, and we became friends. Long story longer, she's been very helpful in different ways during my career, and somehow we connect. She calls me, hey, we're gonna do this homeroom fitness, and I said, can I jump into one of the classes? And then I would love you to not only jump in one of the classes, but to teach some of the classes. And now this is the roster of instructors. And if you want to find my regular classes on Monday and Tuesday, you go to homeroomfitness.com and then look for instructors, and this is where I am.
So you're there tomorrow, right? You said Monday?
Yep. You can see my face, my bio, my pedigree, and my classes.
What are you teaching tomorrow? On what time?
Latin fusion. Yeah, it's Latin fusion.
So this is sort of like a TV guide to fitness, and all the things are live, never pre-recorded.
Never pre-recorded. It's live.
And how much is your class tomorrow in US dollars?
$10.
Is everybody the same, or different instructors make different rate? Or
no, everybody's make the same. It's a platform designed just to help not only the instructors, but the people at home. It's accessible. You have the best instructors in the industry. Kia, who's going to be our next guest, probably she's there. It's me. It's Alec McLean. And as you saw, there's a big, huge list of instructors. All majority in the fitness circuit, presenting nationwide or worldwide, and people have a prime A quality experience from people who are really on the top of the industry.
Are there memberships so you don't have to pay every single session where you get everything, or is it just pay as you go $10?
The platform is growing right now. There's not a membership yet, but she's going to launch in 1 or 2 weeks a new edition of the platform, and probably you will have options just to sign up and do buy packages or things like that. Yeah.
Right. Betty actually just commented that she's taken a striptease class with Trisha on homeroomfit.com. Is that right? Homeroomfit.com?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so that you're doing your own stuff where you're making your own sort of Zoom appearance, and you make 100% of what you charge. You work for yourself, and I love that. You're also doing something where you're working for someone else, like homeroomfit.com, where I'm sure there's a percentage to the people who manage it, and then you make your percentage. Anything else you got going on before you leave us? You're doing some still conventions that are turning virtual, correct?
Yes, I'm doing SCW Fitness this next weekend. I'm doing IFTA Fitness in Raleigh, Durham on September. And
is that in Raleigh, Durham, or it's streaming from Raleigh, Durham, and you're streaming from Mexico?
Oh, originally they have it live, but now I'm streaming from Mexico. It turns due to the new circumstances, IFTA goes streaming, and then everybody.
That's anything else you're doing online that is while you're in this retreat, because you don't have personal guests. You have this 500 acres and you're like the only person living there until the spa opens. Kudos to you for getting connected, and microphone and lights, and crossing the border to San Diego to pick up a ring light, driving it home, crossing the border to get, because nobody ships to Mexico, like to Puerto Rico, getting your microphone, coming back.
Yesterday, I had to get a new one because it's crazy. Yeah. Well, you know, I think of fitness professionals, we are all hustlers, and we are hustling all the time.
I'd like to say professionally creative. I don't know that I would use the word hustler when promoting homeworkout.com, maybe bedroomworkout.com. That's a whole other story. What you're saying about prostitutes, how does that go from your TikTok?
No prostitution, not yet. Anyway.
Before we let you go, because you become this huge TikTok sensation star, people say, yes, but there's no money in TikTok. It is bringing you visibility. It is bringing you clients. And that's the TikTok taste for free. Then they say, how can they get more of you? Ka-ching. Here's where they find you. Manuel Velasquez on
really
every
crazy.
social media.
It's really, really crazy. In the beginning, I was not even know what TikTok was, and I thought it was a waste of time. And it could be, but as I discovered during this precarious time, all the things that I thought it would
show us. We got to go to our next guest. Show us, Manuel.
Well,
please.
Anyway, I've been having a lot of traffic thanks to my TikToks. Let me show you. This is one, and I do it for different things: for fun, for dance, and for public service. And since due to our new situation, this one has a lot of views. In 24 hours, for me being new in it into this thing, it has more than 600 views in less than 24 hours, and that I had a lot of DMs for people to want to contact me and connect with me. That said, it's a potential revenue. Okay, listen.
Get sick. I heard people who don't wear masks have the tiniest little amount of respect for people who might be immunocompromised or older or vulnerable. And also, it's not hard. Catwoman, hot in a mask. Zorro, hot in a mask. Batman.
And it's really crazy short. It's only 15 seconds, and that's the catch. It's just a 15 seconds powerful message. Go for it, and people get like, "What? I want to know more. I want to see more. Who are you?" And then I've been having a lot of requests, friends from Facebook, Instagrams, and it's
my
helped.
friends, listen to this guy working because he's doing things differently. He's still offering goods and services online, but he's also offering goods and services online in different ways. We're not reinventing squats, but we're not doing different things. We're doing things differently. He's so versatile. Please watch Manuel. You could have our show for the whole 3 hours. Unfortunately, as you've alluded to, we have Colorado waiting. So thank you for giving us your wisdom. Everyone is going to contact you. You have Super Betty making comments and trying to find you with striptease and other things and asking if you'll do striptease, apparently. But we'll go back and interact with those comments. And thank you so much for showing us. Oh, cheers. I'm so peanut butter and jealous. Chin, 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 chin.
Thank you so much for everything that you do through these presentations, because it helps a lot to change and to shift the energy for many of us, and for many people who are at home thinking, oh my God, I don't know what to do. There's plenty.
Well, I like to say that shift happens. Bye-bye to Mexico, originally from Puerto Rico, and Manuel's trying to get back to Puerto Rico, but right now the mayor has the governor of Puerto Rico not only returned to lockdown, returned to curfew, returned to new laws, but is making it very difficult to go from America to Puerto Rico and then go back. And even if you're Puerto Rican. So unfortunately, even with ailing parents, it's not so easy for Manuel to come back to Puerto Rico. And Mexico and Puerto Rico, Spanish-speaking places, but super far from each other. My friends, we're going to go to Colorado all the way to someone who is one to watch, one to follow, super versatile, and is going to tell all us about her versatility from Colorado, Kia Williams. Hello, Kia. Can I ask you to switch your
my camera?
Yes, please. Are you in
in
Colorado?
2 seconds. I am in Colorado. How are you?
I'm
Where
awesome.
Are you?
I'm great. I'm still in Puerto Rico since January 1. That's it. My front gate is still closed. Biscuit and I are here and grateful and inspired because you inspire us. Tell us what you got going on. What you doing, Kia?
Oh, Lawrence, so much going on. A lot going on. I'm going to bring you all closer to me now that I've changed my camera angle, but lots of great things going on. Something very prideful that this whole stay-at-home mandate has taught me is that I really miss my family. So although I just moved to Colorado not long ago, I plan on moving to Texas by the end of summer before the start of fall because I just need my family unit. So with that said, my house is kind of in shambles. So I need you all listening to help me out. Lawrence, I hope you don't mind if I make this like make-believe QVC because I've always wanted to be on QVC to sell cute stuff.
Please. Please, I'd love you to promote and sell and get everybody invested.
I'm going to promote and sell right now. So many of you, hopefully many of you know that I am a master trainer for Savvier Fitness. So we had our very good friend, Leslie Bender on a little bit earlier, but with Savvier Fitness, I'm a master trainer for Ballatone and Bar Above. So a lot of states and cities are now reopening, which is great, but under very strict and necessary guidelines. So if you are in an area that are opening your rec centers, your studios, your gyms, please do reach out to me if you're interested in hosting a Bar Above or Ballatone certification. We also are taking very interesting measures to make sure that we keep ourselves safe, we, the master trainers, but also those of you who will engage with us at our certifications. So with me being a master trainer, I get to travel around the world, and I say I get to because it's an opportunity. So even if you and I don't live in the same state, because who knows what state I'll live in next, I can possibly still come to your area, or you and I can work together to get a master trainer who is more local to you to come out to your area. Since I am a one-man band right now, I'm going to grab my computer so that I can drop in how you can reach me at KiaWilliams.fitness on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify. That's how you find me. So direct message me, inbox me. But when I say I'm having an everything must go sale, I really do mean that. So as a master trainer for Bar Above, I have some amazing swag that I wear on a regular basis that I would love for you to wear as well. And because I don't want to move it from this house to another house, so do me a solid, all right? QVC style. I saw Lisa Rinna do this recently. Look at this top. It's sleeveless. It has a hood. It has drawstrings. It has pockets, because we all love pockets. So if you want this in the charcoal gray or in a lighter color in the heather gray, reach out to me. These are typically $25, but for you, I am selling these awesome hoodies for $9.99. You just pay for shipping because I don't got it like that, all right? Also, if you buy a pair of bar socks from me, bar socks, open cute toes. I love these so very much. I have a few colors for you. Typically at certifications, I sell these for $15, but for today only, I'll sell it for $5 to you. I am cracking myself up right now, so I hope y'all are laughing too, because this is not the real me. Typically, these are $15, but to you today, I will sell these for $5. You just pay for shipping, and I'll get them to you as soon as possible, or at least as soon as the mail service is moving, because I know
And this is all on your site, correct?
This is all on my site. So if you visit me, the best way to reach me is either by Facebook at KiaWilliams.fitness or Instagram, KiaWilliams.fitness. And we can exchange messages to make sure that we get you what you want and what you need. So thus far, if you were looking to certify in Bar Above or Ballatone, reach out to me. I would love to be your master trainer to certify you in one of those modalities.
Virtually.
Virtually. We do have virtual trainings, or if it's safe enough for me to come to you and I deem what's safe enough for me. If it's safe enough for me to come to wherever you are, we can work that out. Or I can get another fabulous master trainer to come to your studio or facility to certify you and your group fitness friends, and maybe even personal trainers if they're interested in learning more about different movement-based patterns. Also,
Kia, the feed,
yes,
the comments on Facebook are loving your QVC approach. So
my
QVC approach,
I'm gonna
keep
grab
it
my
coming.
computer so I can follow along too, you guys.
I'm just
so
loving
much
it
fun.
because it's my soul. I just like I'm having deja vu.
Deja vu. I love this so much. Hi, Bernadette. It's nice to see you there. And Rocky, I love you all so very much. all my friends from the South always come and connect with me when I'm with you, Lawrence. So thank you for bringing us all together.
You got some other stuff going on. You got some master training possibilities. You got some clothes and apparel, but you're also putting out fitness content almost every day.
I am. Because so for very long, I've made a lot of other companies, businesses, organizations, a lot of money. And now it's time that I make a little money for myself too. So thank you, Lawrence, for creating this opportunity.
Because fitness works. It's nice to work for others, but it's time if you start to feel pimped out. Right.
Right on. But I have created a few formats of my own. And how you can engage with me through those is through homeroomfit.com/Kia Williams. I'm going to put that in the chat right now because I do want you all to come work out with me sometimes virtually. So from my home to yours, I want you to come hang out, work out, sweat it out. I'm bringing to you cardio through Brave Hip Hop, more commonly known as B Hip Hop. And the B stands for brave, the B stands for be you, the B stands for beautiful. And
B stands for Biscontini and Biscuit.
And that too. Yes, and that too. We're all included. But the acronym BRAVE, so oftentimes when I am teaching from my home or giving a lecture from my home or a webinar, I invite you, I welcome you to this brave space. To me, a brave space means this is where we feel our most confident, where we can be daring, tenacious. We can say what's on our mind and still remain friends at the end of the day. We can be uniquely us without any judgment. So the word brave has been my word of the year, probably for the past 3 years, and it sticks with me. It means a lot to me. So welcome, since you're here in my home, welcome to the brave space. So the acronym for the hip hop program that I have created stands for belong to the rhythm, align with your most valiant energy. All right, so be hip hop. And I teach be hip hop on Homeroom Fit. I just dropped that link in the chat box, but that's also where you can find Manuel, who was just on prior to me. But I teach Be Hip Hop every Tuesday and Thursday at 5:45 p.m. Central Time. Now, I'm not the best with time zones, so you have to do the math on your own. I trust you that you can do that. The Central Time, all right? I will also be teaching Brave Yoga, another format that's near and dear to me, something that comes from my own space, my own head, that I really want to share with you all. And I have a snapshot, a video on my Instagram page, and I'm going to link you all to my Instagram page right now. So
brilliant. Notice how she's marketing all of you fitness professionals in the world, regardless of what you do. Could you also tell us, as you're continuing, Kia, if all of your content of fitness is on that site, or if it's also you're doing other things for yourself, like Zoom and private Facebook groups and all that?
All of the yoga classes, all of my bar above classes, all of my Be Hip Hop classes are on homeroomfit.com. I like to be at a one-stop shop so that you don't have to go looking far and wide to connect with me. That's why
we would go far and wide to look for you. Okay, so no Zooming. No Zooming.
I appreciate that.
So
it's
true.
Come to Homeroom Fit. It's all my own created choreography, my own created content. And I want you to experience it early on. Why? Because by the end of the year, we will be hosting Be Hip Hop certifications. Yeah. And then eventually Brave Yoga as well, hopefully at the start of the year if all goes well. So now is your opportunity to be the first to experience, so you can say that you're the OG of Be Hip Hop, okay? And continue to network and reach out and be friends with me and become what we call brave hearts as a part of our brave space. So I would love for you
all the people listening in my mastermind group, for those of you who are talking about not only what we offer, but what's our word, you know her word. And she never had to say my word is brave, right? Every program is under her umbrella. Thank you very much, Kia. Is there anything else you want to tell us that you haven't mentioned yet that you might be involved in for us to connect with and find you?
Yeah. So you can find me all over Savvy Air stuff. You see this beautiful booty bar behind me. I'm selling that too. So reach out to me and I can help you get a portable bar in your space so that when you do take Barb up with me, you have a bar just like mine. But truly, all in all, Lawrence, what I really want is for all of us to remain in contact, to remain connected so we can continue to be progressive, innovative, and make fitness work for everyone. So find me at KiaWilliams.fitness.
With inclusion and diversity. Thank you very much for being part of our total QVC experience tonight. Thank you. I hope everybody at least get on her email list and find out what's going on, because she's a mover and a shaker, and she's #one to watch. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye to Colorado and goodbye to Kia, and we are going to stay in the United States, my friend. Here is our United States flag, and for those of you just joining us, please put in our comments, #I was here watching from, click share, and then share now. We're going to go to Morgan, and Morgan is going to join us because she's one of the co-founders of an organization you need to know about if you're male or female, and it's called Women in Fitness Association. Hello, Morgan.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
How could we not? You said yes. You're one of the co-founders of this wonderful organization. Open-ended question. You've got 13 minutes. Tell us, what you doing?
Yes, definitely. Well, the Women in Fitness Association is actually the only global non-for-profit that supports women in the fitness industry, professional women especially. So we have been around for 3 years. We just celebrated our 3rd birthday, which was very exciting. We did a whole week, a virtual event, and it was really incredible. But basically, we're, really here to bring community for women, especially. Lindsay Rainwater, the founder, she has been in the fitness industry for many, many years. And one thing that she felt was lacking was female mentorship. And so she's like, I have a really incredible male mentors, but I don't have a community of women in the fitness industry. So that's why she created WIFA. And we do monthly webinars. We have a mentorship program that happens on a quarterly basis. We do live events when we can do live events, and speaking opportunities, blogging opportunities, and a ton of other stuff. So it's a community of over 500 women globally. And we're just really here to connect and to network and to support one another and truly champion other women.
I think that's fabulous. One of the things I've learned by talking to you and your organization is that, number one, you are a nonprofit. Not a 501c6 is what you are, which means not like a charity like giving to people who are destitute or the Salvation Army, but still nonprofit. I love that we're learning 501c6, nonprofit, a categorization I didn't know existed until now. Number two, you have males who are in your organization. You have people that we know and love in fitness on your board of directors. I believe Maureen Hagan of CanFit Pro of Canada, a mover, a shaker, hands in more pots than I could ever think they would sell at Walmart, Costco, or Bed Bath & Beyond, right. Williams Sonoma combined. She's on your board of directors in addition to such an advocate for your program. She brought your program to AFC the first time at our convention in Bangkok, Thailand. It was a pre-con and a session, and Helen Vanderberg was there, and it was wonderful. For the person who wants to get in, male or female, a membership, I think you offer some things for a year. I believe it's under $100 US. What do I get, and what's in it for me?
Yeah, definitely. So we actually have 2 different membership options. We have a monthly subscription, and then we have an annual subscription. And so the annual subscription is $99 USD, and then the monthly subscription is $9.99. Both actually come with all the same things. You get access to the mentorship. You get access to the member meetings. We have exclusive affiliates that offer WIFA members discounts. And we really did the monthly and the annual because we wanted it to be accessible for anyone, no matter where they are in their career, especially young women who are in college or something like that, that might want to get this mentorship from women who who have been in the industry for 30 plus years, like
Right.
Maureen Hagen. But yeah, so there's, a ton of benefits. Like I mentioned, we have a quarterly member meeting, but we do have monthly webinars that are open to everyone. And then the mentorship program, our blog is open to anyone who wants to be a published author, which is a huge thing that I don't know that people realize. We will host one of your blogs and publish you. And it could be a video or writing, whatever it is. And then we have a member directory so you can connect with other women, a closed Facebook group, and like I mentioned, a bunch of affiliate offers. We actually just launched an Accelerate page, it's called, and we did it in a way. Lindsay has been dreaming this up for a little over a year, but it was something that she felt like we just didn't have in the industry. So it's almost a marketplace that's really personalized depending on where you are in your career. So we created it so there's 5 different personas. You can relate to one of the personas depending on where you are in your career. And then we have suggested pathways. These pathways have things like, check out this course on emotional intelligence or this finance pitch deck tutorial. All of these things that really bring business acumen to the industry. And we have about over 100 different resources that everyone can have. Some are paid, some are free, and we're actually bringing on more collaborators. So I definitely encourage you to go to womeninfitness.org and check out the Accelerate Hub. And if you have a product or service, to reach out to us and see how we can collaborate.
How would we best find you to do that?
womeninfitness.org, and at the top there's the Accelerate, and you'll see the hub there, and there's a place where you can click that says become a collaborator.
Great. Morgan, can you tell us a little bit about what's available for, I think it's great that it's under $10 for a month to get in, and you do have a membership. You do have men that is your membership. Do you know what percentage of that is? I imagine it's not 50%.
We actually only have 2 men as members, and we were like, this is amazing. Okay. We didn't, at first we were like, wait, is this okay? And then they just said, hey, we actually just wanted to contribute and be able to have access to the tools that you're giving. Every time that we do live events, especially, we find that a lot of men come to them, and we're like, you guys are smart. You want to see what we're up to and what we're cooking up. So, it's really, we wanted to provide, especially speaking opportunities for women and women of color. That's something that we're really dedicated to, is providing those spaces and a safe space for women in the industry. And if men want to champion that, then we welcome them.
Kudos to you. Kudos for so many reasons. Can you tell our listeners a little bit more about your philosophy and your process that you've alluded to just now? For example, if somebody says, I want you to organize a pre-con for us, and you do all the work because I know what you all provide, you have some guidelines like, I don't want to misquote you, but talk to the fact that one of every so many speakers of so many topics has to be inclusive and diverse and color, etc. Do you know where I'm going? Can you talk a little bit about that? I respect.
So, thank you. I appreciate that. It's something that when I came to the industry, I realized there was definitely a gap in representation. And so that meant a lot to me to, step up and say like, hey, we have the power to be able to do this. And so let's make actual guidelines around who can be on panels and providing opportunities for all women. And so, yes, we are happy to help with pre-conferences and getting people speakers or organizing it for them, as well as when we do our virtual events, we have created guidelines that if it's a WIFA produced event, there has to be, especially virtual, there has to be a woman of color on each panel. And that just, it's important to us, and it's important to our community, and we want to be inclusive and let everyone know that we truly are here to actually champion women.
How wonderful is that? And you keep, for now, the board of directors are females as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love these guidelines you have.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we are actually we are taking board applications right now. And we did make a public commitment that we will bring a Black woman onto our board, because as of right now, we have 9 women and only 1 woman of color on our board. And so, that wasn't obviously intentional by any means, and we know that we need to do better. We know that the industry at large needs to do better, and so we're really excited to go into our next round of board applications. And the deadline for applications is August 1st. So if you are a woman or if you identify as a woman and you are interested in being a really big part of changing up the industry for the better, I definitely would encourage you to apply for the board. It's a really great exposure, as well as just a really incredible community of women who are just excited to help and support one another.
Morgan, where and how will they apply?
Online. So if you go to womeninfitness.org, under the More tab, there is the Board of Directors application. We are constantly putting this out on social media as well. So I would encourage you to also go follow us on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook at WIFA Association.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I love that this organization exists. If people know about it and choose not to test it out, I'd question that. But okay, I'm so honored that I've just found out about this organization in the last year. When I went to IDEA, you had a pre-con that you had organized. And I remember looking at Petra and Shannon and saying, I signed up for this. Is it okay? And they looked at each other and said, of course. We welcome men. And I sat in the back and I took so many notes about seeing our industry through completely other eyes and language and terminology. Because sure, people say, you go to a convention, which used to be called an aerobics convention, and 80% of the people were learning teaching techniques were women. Sure, but there's so much more to the story of language and who gets chosen to lecture and how you get chosen and job opportunities, and seeing the world through your eyes is such a needed commodity for us to be able to reframe inclusion, diversity, acceptance, equality, and sincerity as we go around. So kudos to you. You're one of the co-founders, right?
Yes, I mean, technically, Lindsay is just the founder and CEO. I'm the director of marketing and operations, but her and I have been doing this side by side since pretty much the very beginning. So I appreciate her for creating this space and, providing it for women all over the world. And that's truly, we have women all over the world. So no matter where you are, there's a place for you in WIFA. And we're actually offering a free month right now with the code free month. So I will put that in the comments with the link to how
capitals
to join.
or small or and all that kind of stuff.
It doesn't matter. It's either small, big, whatever.
I've always said the same thing. I don't care if it's big or small.
I love it. I'm with you.
I love it more. Yeah.
But, we have a member meeting next week on expanding your influence and leading change. We have some really incredible speakers, 5 women on that panel that I can assure you will blow your mind of how they have really led change in the fitness industry. And so that's for members only, but again, like I said, you can try WIFA right now for free of cost and see what it's all about. Attend the meeting on Wednesday, participate in the mentorship program that's going to be paired on Friday. And,
thank you very much for all of this new. Gosh, what you doing? A lot. Thank you for the free month opportunity.
Yes.
Thank you for giving us all of these ideas that maybe some of us watching around the world didn't even know existed. And for all my friends watching outside of the US, the free month is something they can take advantage of to see what this is all about, right? Because you want to grow your vision. There are females outside of the United States. I understand. I have to check the WHO on that. But yeah, of course there are females.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you very much for this. Thank you.
For having me.
Where are you? I didn't check in with where you are physically.
I'm in Denver, Colorado, so not too far from Kia. We're about 20 minutes from each other.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye to Denver.
Thank you.
What a wonderful organization, WIFA, going into conventions, having events, and lots of resource materials for all genders. As we look at inclusion and new eyes for our industry, I can't imagine that I'm not going to learn something if a pre-con taught me a lot, right? Our next guest is all the way from motivation, from education, from inspiration. Name a piece of equipment, she's done it. Name an inspirational story, she's told it. Name language for young, middle, or older adults, she can adapt. Name aerobic competitions of the world that she's won, she can show you the gold medals. Name theater background, she can do it. She can tell you all about it. The most important thing I can tell you about our guest, whose recent book about a penis, is that she's my friend. My friend, Mindy Milray, coming into fitnessworks episode 9. I'm thrilled to share with you a mover and a shaker who has hands in everything, doing lots of things. My dear friend, Mindy, I think we can hear you. Hello, Mindy.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, friend. How are you?
I'm grateful to be looking at you safe and healthy. Are you in California?
I am. I am in the wellness wagon, and the wellness wagon is this. I wanted to show you. See, it's right there. So I'm inside of this. So I'm in Aptos, California, living on my brother's property right outside of his house. Bruce is actually meditating right outside the door with a little bit of sunlight left in the day.
What part of
And
California are you? I don't understand that
so
place.
Aptos is in Northern California, about an hour down from San Francisco, about an hour up from Monterey and Carmel. So it's right in the middle. Our house that we're renting out, we were actually, when COVID hit, we had every single weekend booked. We were on our way to launch our wellness wagon tour again for the third year. And we have these amazing renters that rent our house, and we were leaving. And we were at my brother's house because we were saying hello and having a visit and that sort of thing. And then the shelter in place happened, and boom, everything shut down. And so my brother just said, "Hey, just stay." And he's alone. He doesn't have a family. So it actually worked out pretty darn well because we had a place to park the RV. Our renters, we certainly did not want to say, "Okay, guys, out, we're back in."
Right.
That would be horrible for them. So we are living in our RV, our 32-foot RV, outside of my brother's house. He comes over every Wednesday. He comes over, meaning he walks the 2 feet to our door.
Right.
But we make him dinner every Wednesday and Saturday because we call him Carnivore Tim, or T-Bone Tim, we call him. And we are helping him learn how to eat more fruits and vegetables and whole grains and that sort of thing. And it's been great. Bruce and I were able to finish our books. We were able to finish our home study course, but now we're ready to go. We're ready to go back on the road.
I'm sure you are, but not for a little bit, right?
Well, Lawrence, there's nothing to go back to.
Right.
There's you know how it is. Well, first of all, you can't travel anywhere, right? So, we've got this travel ban. You're in Puerto Rico, yes?
Still.
Yeah. So you're
Still.
there, we're here. Nobody can go. Although I was on a plane.
I saw your picture in an airport just recently,
Yeah.
and you're like, it was dead. I'm like, where the f is she flying?
I know. So I went down 2 nights ago to Xavier in Southern California. Xavier is the parent company that helped me create these amazing gliding discs, and also Tabata
Bender
Boot Camp.
balls?
Yeah, Bender Ball with Leslie Bender. I mean, Xavier's got Bar Above, and they've got cardio yoga with Stacey Lee Krause. And I mean, it's just been it's an amazing company. And they've actually, through this whole thing, they're thriving because they went online right away. Trisha Murphy Madden got just completely educated on everything that was Zoom and everything else. And like you, the two of you have really just launched. I mean, like you've taken control. And so all of us other minions are like, okay, please help me. Help me learn how to do this. Because when you get to a certain age, the technology piece, it's just it's so out of our scope of practice. And so I flew down to Southern Cal because I was leading a training for Tabata Boot Camp yesterday. So I led a full training all day yesterday
A live training.
a live training in the Xavier studio. Normally we shoot everything at our house, but our house is rented out, so we're
Right.
not there. So I decided to fly down, and it was a tremendous training. We had about 60 people. It was awesome. And Jeff Teller and I were in there. We were doing our part. And then Trisha Murphy Madden and our other friend was doing the back end support from up in Seattle area. So it works out really well. And then I had a lot of master trainers on the call as well. But what we were talking about is the airport. But it's just weird. It's weird to be going through the air. Everybody's got masks on. Everyone is conscientious of each other and standing 6 feet apart. But it's very slow. We had 30 people on a plane that held over 200. It's a little sad. It's a little
Sure.
sad. I mean,
And
I
the
know
flight
that
attendants, my heart goes out to the
we're all putting on a great face, and we're all saying, we all are going to grow in this, and we're all going to be better. And that's what I said in the training yesterday. I said, this is an opportunity for all of us to look at what we do and provide more than, and get on virtually and do things that scared us before, but now we have to learn how to do these things. And so I'm positive and I'm putting on my great face. And then I get to the airport and it's not the same as it was. And this is where I live. I live traveling and presenting at conferences, and most of the day you're good. Most of the day it's like, this is good and we're going forward. But then every once in a while you get a wave of, damn it.
The news. My mistake is whenever I want to get facts and figures of any country, or even see if Americans are finally going to be allowed into Greece, right? It's the news that just kills you. Yeah. So Mindy, I want to ask you, you told me about that live training. You have a lot of fingers in a lot of pots. Lots of people are watching live and will. And I want you to take the time it takes for you to tell us what's going on that people can buy and spend and invest into that you're doing. Your book, your Tabata, your wellness, your husband. Now's the time. Forget the conventions that say no emails, no sales pitches, no promotions. Please, now, tell us.
Okay, well, you can't buy my husband. He's off the table. That's it. But
We love Bruce.
You can buy a book about his penis. So I wrote this book, The Plant Powered Penis. I gotta tell you, the reviews have been amazing by these like stellar luminaries in the field of plant-based nutrition and men's health. And I wrote this book because all the doctors, when Bruce got diagnosed with prostate cancer, said he would never have an erection again. And the opposite is true. I'll take you back an hour. No, anyway. And then Bruce just finished his book called The Plant-Powered Approach to Prostate Cancer. It's his journey. Oh, he's here. He just walked in the door. Come here.
Hello, Bruce. I pray for you every day. How are you? I miss you.
Hi, Lawrence.
So Bruce, tell about your book.
How are you?
She's talking about your penis, actually. It's great to see you and put a face with that.
Well, that's a different
So
book.
this is an ad. Why should people buy your book?
Everybody should buy if you know anybody affected by cancer, period, you should buy this book, because everything I've outlined in here and everything that's outlined by every nutritional luminary in the world will tell you the same thing. That any cancer prevention and treatment as it relates to nutrition is the same.
And preventative as well, not just if you wait till you get cancer or know somebody with cancer.
To prevent cancer, to treat cancer, to prevent heart disease, to treat heart disease. It's all the same thing.
Mindy, tell for me, where do we find both of your books?
So our books are on our website. They're also on Amazon. You can
What's your
also
website? You got to work with me here. Hello, people are watching from China.
You ready?
One day to wellness.org, and you can't see it. There we go.
There it is.
How's that?
There it is.
How's that?
So also our home study is now available. Our 9-hour home study that we've also added bonus footage of our cooking program as well is available on our website.
One day to wellness.org.
And that's a certification and CECs.
Yes, it is.
is.
You get 9 CECs for the program, ASAFA and NASM. CanFit Pro, I think you get 4, and it is available now. It just was released.
And we've already got some very positive feedback.
Yes.
So if anybody can sit through 9+ hours of Mindy and I and say
Of the two of you, of course, because you don't have to do it all at once, right? It's on demand.
No,
it's online. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
So we always would prefer to be doing it in person because we believe it's more impactful, obviously, when
Right.
you're live. You know that.
Many people say the best thing about Lawrence is the pause button because then a little bit goes a long way. Okay, what else? What else?
We miss seeing you.
I miss you both. You got 2 books. You got One Day to Wellness, which is the 9-hour, and lots of CECs. What about Tabata Boot Camp?
So Tabata Boot, thank you very much for asking. Tabata Boot Camp, right now, we did our first live training. I will be doing another live training. I don't know when that is, but we do have 2 other programs for fitness that my Fluid Strength program is half off right now on our website. onedaytowellness.org.
What's the discount? Say it again. You had me at discount.
Yeah, it's half off.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
great.
it's
Until when? The rest of the month? Or tonight?
Yes, the rest of the month. So it's right now $69. You get 4 CECs.
You had me at 69.
Yeah, it's great. And then I'm doing a workshop on Eventbrite, but you can find it on our website, called Gliding Reinvented, on the 28th, Pacific Standard Time, 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock.
Live.
But I
Okay.
record it. All my 2-hour trainings, I record and I send them to every participant. Because some participants, they email me and they say, or Facebook me and say, I can't make that time. Are you going to do it again?
Or
I
now
say,
with all the day drinking, you don't remember or recall so much. Right.
I know. And I say, sweetie, I record it. You take it. You take it and run with it.
There you go. What else are you
No
doing?
day drinking here in the Milray house.
No, we don't day drink.
And seldom night drinking.
I didn't say anything about you two. Of course not. Of course. But you still do red wine, right?
I do it. I do a glass of red wine every night. Bruce, because of his, he does not.
I avoid alcohol. I mean, I still drink alcohol occasionally with Mindy. I do like red wine, but
I avoid alcohol. I still do alcohol occasionally. I'm not really sure which one of those I'm going to go with.
Let me put it this way. Compared to how I used to consume alcohol, I am in a much better place.
Right. Well, we haven't spoken in a long time. I just want to tell you before I ask another question to Mindy, you don't know this about me, Bruce, but I want to tell you this through COVID. I don't drink anymore.
Wow.
I don't drink any less either, though.
Mindy? I never thought you drank.
That's
so
funny.
I didn't.
Lawrence, that's funny. No, he does. He drinks. But you drink.
You
more
know,
water.
Mindy and I don't come from far away from each other in Pennsylvania. Just saying. You can take the girls out of Pennsylvania, but
There's only so many trailers in them hills.
Hey, Pennsylvania is a wonderful state.
hello, pencils.
Lawrence, where are you right now?
He's in Puerto Rico.
Yes. If one more person asked me on this broadcast,
why am I talking to you?
haven't
Just tell me
changed.
everything.
I can't leave.
Oh,
Mindy,
you're
what are you doing? We talk a little bit about in my mentorship, sweat equity. We're doing things live. We're doing things on Zoom. We're repurposing, like recording. You've already bought it, so now you get it later. What are you doing? The book is a great example. When you're sleeping, people can buy your book. You wake up, ka-ching. What else are we doing? What else do you have out there that's now or coming up that might not be live, but it's still Mindy or Mindy and Bruce?
Well, one thing that Mindy did not mention is we have a great 9-part lecture series.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Also, that's available on our website for
$119.
What are some of the topics, like no olive oil?
Topics are absolutely, it's all scientifically evidence-based nutritional information without any industry influence. Again, Lawrence, we don't represent any pharmaceutical, food company, or anybody else. We only provide pure research.
Right. So it's
And we are a nonprofit.
how to set up your kitchen for success, how to shop in a grocery store, evidence-based nutrition,
Eat
part
this,
1 and part
not
not.
that.
Yeah. So we do a lot.
Meditation.
And we find all of these where?
On our website at
onedaytowellness.org. And everything that you purchase goes to our fuel
Nonprofit.
fund when we do finally go out on the road. It
Right.
will. We're
Okay.
saving a lot of money on fuel right now, but we're not
I'm
making
saving
any
a
money.
lot of money on a lot of things except for dog food. What
How people in
about
Puerto Rico?
now since January 1 when I came to start the New Year day, and then we had earthquakes which canceled all my clients, but this is not about me. I'm a very grateful person that my box has become a Zoom house and my house has become a Zoom box. Mindy and Bruce, what about apparel?
Oh, go.
Tell us the story and
So we
tell
have-
us where we find it. You sleep and we buy clothes and you wake up
can-
with money.
You can find it on onedaytowellness.org. Now, here's the deal, though. We also have aprons now. So our aprons,
Of course you
Bruce is
do.
getting one right now. So we have aprons that are either avocado, broccoli, or sweet peas. And do you see it? Isn't that cute?
I like your broccoli, Bruce.
Thank you. Broccoli on the inside and the outside.
He's so cute. Tell me what the short version of the story of why they're all vegetable. I don't think any fruit. Oh no, I have a lemon. Fruits and vegetables.
Yeah,
Why?
we have tons of fruits and vegetables. So we were walking down the street one day, and it was a couple years ago. And Bruce, all he does is lecture nutrition, and all he does is research nutrition. And I said, Bruce, you should wear your fruits and you should wear your brand, just like you, my friend Lawrence, always wears your brand
When I'm allowed, and that's a whole other story. Yeah.
Yes. So we also wanted to have a brand that didn't say anything. It just inferred, right? So we didn't want to have, hey, eat your fruits and vegetables or beat me.
It's
for
just
a
nice.
beat.
Just nice. It's nice.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You don't have to tell people what to think.
Yeah.
A
So
lot of people think, "What is
like-
that? What's that for?"
like a lot of people think that our RVs, we sell smoothies. And so then people will come up and say, what do you do? And then that opens the line of discussion.
So Lawrence,
You
I was
help your
telling
penis.
Mindy- I was telling Mindy before we were talking to you now in Puerto Rico that I think of you, and when I think of you, it's funny because I think of you more than you might think, because there's a farmer's market right across the street from where we shot all of those videos for the infomercial we did with Xavier back in the day.
When
And-
you were the star.
And we had all those pillows, remember? And they were stacked in there for years and years, and I would always see those pillows, and so I always reminds me of you.
What I would give just for a still of that set. Somebody.
Oh,
I
gosh.
know.
gosh.
Remember, you had all those pillows.
And then
The
I was
set
laughing
beautiful.
because it cost like $1 million to fill one of the pillows. And so I
Mindy
filled,
said she
filled
filled them up with newspaper.
I filled all the other ones with newspaper. So I said to you, I said, Lawrence, this pillow is your pillow. You sit on this pillow, because if you sat on the other ones, they would go like that.
The memories we have over the years.
Oh,
Whenever I think of you more than just because of pillows, Bruce. I think of you because of surfing and your story and your survivor and living your message. And you both came to visit me with your kids in Puerto Rico. I need you to visit me in Mykonos one day, because I want to go to my friends that make the fresh goat yogurt and freeze it, and it's frozen goat yogurt. I just want you to smell it, because I know you won't do that
we would
dairy,
try it.
but that's farm
We
to
would definitely try
can.
it.
And then I want to go to my friend Joseph's and he's gorgeous, and have him squeeze his olives for you. I just want you to smell it and look at the color
I'm
of
sure it's
dark,
delicious.
dark
we
green.
would
sure
taste
it's
it. We would
delicious.
definitely taste it. We would definitely taste it. It's just not do it all the time, you know?
Yeah, that's what I say about sex,
I
right?
think most of the people in Greece have got a much better idea of what's going on with proper long-term nutrition
Yes.
for their health span than the average American does. And
For all our viewers, while we could go down memory lane, I want you all to know that icons in the industry who have been in our industry for a long time, notice if you've been writing down, not from just the emotion, but the business sense of all the things that Mindy and Bruce do, have multiple streams of income. Because when one thing is taken away, like a convention,
here's what got taken away, Lawrence.
Honestly, It's about selling. It's not a bad word. It's money exchanges of energy. Energy exchanges for goods and services of what we all need in our industry. Thank you for your time on a Sunday.
And
I'm really grateful.
I'll tell you what, Lawrence, she is incredible at doing that. Ever since COVID hit, she lined up. She's done, how many Eventbrites have you done now? I think 5 or 6. They're all
Six,
really
seven.
successful.
For the
Several
people who are
projects.
asking what is that, because there are lots of people who will ask, Mindy, explain
Well,
the short version. What's Eventbrite?
yeah.
You go to it's just a service where you can set up your own event, and it can be whatever event. It can be we did
Tell
one
us
that
talk
was
specifically about
cooking.
your events.
Well, I'll tell about Eventbrite and then my events. So
It could
I
be how to
did
train Biscuit for dog owners, and I could show
absolutely.
tips with
It could
Biscuit
be
on
anything.
Zoom.
Exactly.
And then what it does is you
Because
go on
I'm doing
Eventbrite,
that.
and it
Sure you are.
lists by the person. It also lists by like for genre, right? So if you want to learn how to make salsa, right, then you look and see if there's a topic for making salsa.
And what are they? How do they know about it? Facebook pages or
No,
what?
yeah, they can go to my Facebook page, or they can just go to Eventbrite and just look up my name and Bruce's name.
That's
or
event, Brite, I think.
Event,
dot
and
com.
then Brite is Brite. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't use it, but I know people are using it, and it is because I am doing the dog training thing, and that'll be a whole other
Have fun.
episode of what I'm doing that's beyond fitness, that's ka-chinging my life. But I don't use Eventbrite, so I'm still thinking.
But Eventbrite's really
just
easy.
check it out, Lawrence.
It's
Good deal.
super easy because, and then they pay
they
you
take a
right
cut.
away. They actually take if you charge $20 for a ticket, they then they charge a fee over top of that to use the service. So it's actually $22 for my 2-hour course.
Right.
And I get $20 of that.
But
Unlike
I don't know
PayPal,
how
where you
big
make
their
less than.
viewership is,
Right.
but they are growing, and a lot of people in the fitness industry are now doing events on Eventbrite.
Right. So I'll put it on my.
It's a pretty straightforward platform to work with.
So I'll put
Well,
it on
I
my
like a
Facebook
gay
page.
forward platform too. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
So I put on my Facebook page, and then I put the link to Eventbrite, and then you just link and click, and then it just goes right to my Eventbrite page. So
You
it's
had me at link and click. Yay.
There you go. So it's pretty nice because it's a 2-hour class. It's a 2 CECs that you get. It's $20, and many people don't want to sit for a full day at these
Right.
online conventions. Although the online conventions are great, it's just people want to do it more plug and play at their own time. They don't want to spend a whole weekend sitting in front of a computer. And so this way they can, and they also can get their favorite presenters, right? So if that presenter's not at a conference,
You.
then or someone else too, they then can search that person out. So
Thank you. Lots of ideas.
Let's
This is how fitness works. And you too, Bruce. Oh my gosh, you're just as integral part of One Day to Wellness.
well, and Bruce will be doing some nutrition next month on Eventbrite.
Do you know anything
Okay.
specific that you could mention right now?
Well, he's doing one next month on cannabis. The
Okay.
influence of
For
cannabis
appetite.
for
and for
everything.
Medical cannabis.
Yeah. And really what
And current status of what's really going on with the research. with
Like CBD oil and CBD coffee and CBD
CBD,
toothpaste. And
THC, CBDA, the whole thing.
ABCDHE.
And looking at the research.
Yeah.
Not just talking about what it does, but what the research says.
And then he gives
Okay.
everybody a joint. No, just kidding.
Depending on the state.
I'll give you a tip right now. There's a tremendous amount of research going on right now with cannabis, using cannabis to treat depression and anxiety, specifically in cancer patients. That's a big deal. There's some work being done actually at Johns Hopkins University on that. And there's a lot of breakthroughs. But the one tip I'll give you right now is don't smoke it. Don't smoke anything.
And I don't do any of it. Hey, Lawrence, is it legal in Puerto Rico?
You know, I don't know. I know it is if you have a doctor's note.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
That's got to be, yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I know at the spa organization where I work for and I do some stuff, iSpa, experienceispa.com. Last year, there was a huge uprising in Vegas about the exhibitors that wanted to have anything with cannabis or CBD oil infused, etc. At the end of the day, it was allowed. And that's a start for the spa industry because now people want to go to a spa and get CBD oil infused massage to help you relax. It doesn't zone you out or anything like that. And what happens is all up to research and strength. And can you even trust the marketing? And just like something might say it's organic and who knows if it really is. I'm so interested.
And who knows if actually pure CBD oil does anything in a massage.
Right.
Or when you ingest it, for that matter.
But you have to go to Bruce's Eventbrite event to hear it all about the research.
That's right.
We will. My friends, these are 2 to follow on yourwebsite.org, which is onedaytowellness.org.
onedaytowellness.org, all spelled out.
We will. It's in our comments already. The comments have been booming for both of you on Facebook of the people you've
2
had
new
fall
books.
in love with you over the years.
George, look at the quality of these books. It's good stuff, and they're both excellent.
Look at the quality of those books.
It's true. You had me at penis, and from our info years ago, clearly you taught me about smoke and mirrors and
half a quarter of my book are just references to scientific research as it relates to nutrition.
Aww. Of course it's science.
And a lot of my book are recipes, like like
good recipes.
Oh, such chickpea cookies and black bean brownies and lasagna.
And you tweet and Facebook those. You're very generous with giving content when you're doing something on your Cuisinart.
Got to do that. That's where the rubber meets the road.
Penis. All right. I love you. I miss you. I send you love and light. Thank you for the gift of your wisdom and time and generosity.
How are things in Puerto Rico? What's the situation?
Thank you for asking. Interview backwards, right? Yesterday, the governor said curfew's back, closing down at 7 p.m., no more alcohol after 7 p.m. anywhere, no more public gatherings, cases on the rise. 4th of July, which is now people are showing, that's your 2-week incubation period. Everyone went out without masks, no shirts, big parties, big discos. We're okay. We're an island. We're untouchable. Not so much. So I'm happy to be in my home, even if I can't go anywhere. Biscuit and I are here and safe, and here and safe is where we stay. Even if IHOP is open and we can't go to IHOP, it's okay. Life will continue.
We'll get through this.
We know you have a nice kitchen where you can make something much better than you could ever get at IHOP.
Yes.
You've been here. Yes. My mango trees are just growing. Yes.
Wow.
Got
Great to see you, Lawrence. Take care of yourself.
Bye. Remember, Bruce, no underwear. No underwear. I remember you. No underwear. Yes, I remember.
Except in Dallas.
My friends, this is the part of our time where we come to our end and we summarize and we put together our messages. And our message is that fitness works, but not for free. A few bits of announcements coming up as we summarize. Thank you to all our humanitarians around the world who are colleagues who show how fitness works for energy exchanges, not for free. Most of all, to everyone on this show, I call a friend capital F. For years, maybe some of us have been friends from far away, but those on this show are becoming more and more friends up close. So with love in my heart, I thank you. Tuesday is St. Lawrence Day, and that's fun for me because there are 3 St. Lawrences in the Catholic Church. The first is this Tuesday, and I celebrate St. Lawrence Days in a big way because when you have a Christmas birthday, nobody ever gives you a party or can come over for cake and ice cream because people are off to church on Christmas morning. Jesus gets all the attention. I have no complaints. It's okay, but I celebrate St. Lawrence Day, so join me on Tuesday with some outreach. Send me some love. I mean, just hello and comments. Also on Tuesday, 2 p.m. PST, I'm going to do a little workshop that's online, which is the secrets of the fitness industry. 20 lessons in 20 years, although I've been in the industry for longer than 20 years. I'm going to, on Wednesday, take over the Instagram accounts of this little organization in Canada called CanFit Pro. It's actually the largest fitness convention in the world, they say. And I'm going to be on their feed, their stories, their meta stories, which means I'm going to do stories within stories. And on their live, I'm going to do meta lives, which is a takeover within a takeover on a live feed. I'm going to be giving away gifts and presents and prizes, answering your questions, and showing you a little bit of day in the life this Wednesday, CanFit Pro Instagram takeover. So you leave the book and you go to the gram, or you leave Facebook and you hop over to the Insta. For all of this tonight as a podcast or the video, you go to findlawrence.com/fitnessworks. and I will give you for free the podcast and the recorded version as well. Please now or whenever you're listening to this voice, my voice, our voice, your voice, wherever you are, if you're on social media, click share and share now. It could be 7 days after this post. It could be a month, even longer after this post. We need to stay social. We need statistics. We need to keep our message growing that it is okay to have energy exchanges in our fitness industry. Fitness works, but not for free. Thank you to Power Music for sponsoring the music of our session tonight. Thank you for being here and listening. Thank you for going around the world with me. And thank you for being part of me and part of what we've done together. Because I say the most important thing at the beginning of the day, the middle of the day, and the end of the day is love. And I hope you agree with that. Love is here to stay. Peace out over the world, inside your body, outside of your body. Peace out.